Oh,
And the button's been pushed. Everybody say hi, 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 hi,
hi.
hi.
Hello.
Ahoy!
Welcome back to mlptg, the Bannermanes, episode 122. Going once. What will happen today? That is for me to know, and you to find out. As for what happened last time, is Swift.
Last time on the Bannermanes, a new arrival came to the Crystal Ball, another high-scale, reputable designer by the name of Nettlekiss. Joined by some of her own entourage, she got into a little kerfuffle with Magnifique, small little word fight, the two seeming to have a bit of a rivalry. The group then met back up at the Succubus, where Triple attempted to suss out Mango after he found Crazy Eights and was unsure if the Mango that was with us was the real Mango or not. I don't know if he ever learned anything, actually. He was having some tough luck in that regard, but he did go to the bathroom, and in the meanwhile, a new article was released by the Cala Daily featuring Ophi. Ophi did not take kindly to it, as it was very unflattering. The image and the article itself, very much more brutal than the first one that was written about her. With Cammy, the camera Kieran, there with us, actually in the bar, Ophi decided to, while not in the right state of mind, have an interview with her where she let it slip that Jinx has an egg, and Swift had to step in and sort of clear the air and also help get Ophi out of some hot water. Everyone was kind of coked up. Sarsaparilla escalated things quite a bit by starting to serve drugged up drinks to everyone. And eventually Moonplanner and Fireheart, who had gone to interrogate the mirror, came back, and we all reconvened at Cafe's Corner to discuss a game plan, which involved some of us going to the auction to find Buckback, and some of us going to find the missing ponies. But we are going to the auction here today.
Yeah, wonderful little summation. That is pretty much sums us up. In Cafe, kind of clip-clopping her little Kieran hooves together. I suppose we should get a move on.
You gonna come with us, lass?
Oh, yes. I always have my eye set on a couple things usually at the auction, she says. She kind of like ponders a little bit. And then Hubby looks a little less than pleased at this whole thing. Yeah, she sure does. She uses my horde for it. Oh, you. Yeah.
Do they often auction off secrets?
And she shakes her head. Unfortunately not. It's not as valuable.
What a shame. Well, there's certainly value to be had in all sorts of secrets. I don't know about that.
She nods. She's totally on your frame of thinking here. Oh, yes. Standing up. I imagine you guys kind of split off into your groups. Like one group kind of, I imagine either goes toward the theater to, start their investigations on missing people with those 4 mirrors, or otherwise, whatever they're doing, it's up to them. You guys obviously go in the other direction. Toward the, they're going to maybe toward the Crystal Ballroom, or you guys are going toward the theater, because that's where they're holding the auction. Woo. Past the Rosebud Resort, past the Ivory Hill Hotel, the garden where people are still ogling at the singing plants, a whole 9 yards, and unfortunately, you guys probably hear as you guys are split, and Ophi kind of goes wherever she's going. You hear a couple of them kind of pointing out, or maybe you hear a couple mutterings about something about the cringe. Seems like the name might stick.
Cringe?
The cringe, yeah. The cringe. Yes. We head on in this direction. Let me,
That's a rough one to have stick, I'll tell you.
Yes. However, it's thankfully, more than anything, most people seem to just think that's her name. because some of them just skim the articles. They don't really like. They're just like, I didn't know she was named the Cringe, right? Like just some of the ones that probably didn't. They just skimmed through or something. Some of the other ones are just kind of confused. They're just like, I think they have something out for this Kieran. Like various mutterings about. However, however, generally speaking, by the time you guys get to the theater over here, the line has started to go down. They've seemingly started letting people into the area. And you kind of see, like, probably like the first person that you see admitted into the place was the person that was like there in the front in the first place, who was Buckback. Buckback and technically Misty, because they're kind of one one unit there. So you see them, they kind of like pull out some official looking documentation. They show it to the doormaster, who you see is definitely definitely Thumbtack. Pushpin, as it were. He's kind of like surveying the documents. He gives them the okay, and somebody next to him kind of like writes something down on a piece of paper, and one by one they start letting people in. Yeah.
Why would she come to an auction? That doesn't seem like her scene.
Who?
Misty. I just saw her ahead with Buckback.
Right.
I think it was probably Buckback that wanted to come, and she just came along.
Jinx rolls her eyes. Yeah, if she wants something, he usually gets it for her.
Yeah, it sounds more accurate, yeah.
And,
well, I can only imagine what kind of things they might actually have here. Don't know if I'm in the market, but that's not exactly why we're here anyways.
Yes. Now, with you and your party, I believe for NPCs is Jinx, and I do recall that Triple, I think you were just kind of like booling around with Mango.
Yeah, is he here?
Yeah, I'd assume that he like, unless you otherwise are trying to avoid him.
Well, I all I remember was that he created a distraction for Buckback, and that was, I mean, he and Sarsaparilla arguing was enough of a distraction that I was able to, be in a position to watch him, and that is still what he is doing. He's not really doing anything too out of place here.
Yeah. Well, eventually, I guess Mango would come to your side in this line, and he looks incredibly huffy. I cannot believe that mare.
Oh?
It's Sarsaparilla.
Oh.
She's not so bad.
Yeah.
I thought I would make a pretty good little distraction with our argument, but then she had to get all political about it.
That was it, the argument?
I don't know where the argument went. It went like 4 different places. She kind of seemed a little out of her mind, really.
That sounded like that was a distraction.
Well, I hope it was worth it. Whatever was done, I suppose is done. He clip-clops your hoof, like go team style, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't look like he's doing anything funny. So, as in both Buckback and this guy, I suppose it works for both of them. So yeah, well, let's just keep hanging out.
Oh yes. And he starts looking around, like patting himself down. Right, I didn't bring my promissory with me. I'll have to sign the document, I suppose. He gives a little bit of a shrug.
Promissory?
Yes. And closer you get to the door, he kind of explains in a very exposition style, I'm sure. Yes, the auction, when it's run, you see, if you do not have a promissory note of some sort from your financial institution, you sign a nifty little bit of paper. Pretty much says, hey, if you're participating in my auction, you better have the funds to pay for whatever you bid for.
Huh. What exactly would they want pieces of paper with some paint on them for?
Well, if you refuse to pay up, I've heard there are some bounty hunters out there who would be more than capable of hunting someone down. Well, bounty hunters, debt collectors, tomato.
Why don't they just, not give it to them up front?
Yeah, he's like, well, I guess he looks at you. What do you mean by this, boy?
Well, they could just make you pay in cash up front, or whatever the equivalent of saying in cash in this world is. But they could just ask for the gold right there.
Well, usually they do, yes, you are correct. But in the event that there are bad actors, he says, going on, that seemingly just want to drive up the price for no apparent reason and can't pay up themselves, well, and he makes like a little breaking noise, like, like gestures to his leg. Yeah, something.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not that bad. He says, like laughing, but I don't know. I've never defaulted on a payment.
Yeah, they probably just turn you to stone or crystal.
Oh, something like that happened.
Yeah, doesn't sound terribly surprising.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. He would probably just, go along with it.
Yeah, and by the time you guys get up to your thinking line, there he is, there's Thumbtack. Why, welcome to the auction, you! Come on, you got a promissory?
What?
Right, you got permission, he says, clearing his throat. He's going a little bit lower pitch so he doesn't have to do this the whole session. You have permission?
Yes. And then Swift walks in.
No. Oi! If you're participating,
he's gonna hook his hoof around Jinx and he's gonna walk in with her. He's gonna ignore the bird.
He's chasing you down with the paper. The other guy is just being the Squidward. Like, he's just like, sign here, sign for everybody else. Like, while Thumbtack chases after Swift.
Come on, Thumbtack. I don't have time for games, lad.
Oi! Well, if you're buying something, you have to sign here, aren't ya?
What would I need to buy? I got everything I could ever want on my hoof already.
And, he kind of, like, looks into the auction and looks back at you. Nothing in particular. And he starts rolling it up like he's changing his mind. Like, oh, no. Like, you're right,
what?
You don't want to buy anything.
He squints.
Nothing. He starts like
sense that motive.
Yeah, go for it.
I rolled it.
Yeah. You see, he was trying to be legalese about it, but you not wanting to buy something seems to be on his like, oh yes, this would be very good for my ends sort of vibe.
On second thoughts, he's gonna try to snatch the paper.
Oh yeah, you snatch it. Wait!
Or like, if he tries to hold on to it, then I'll like shake it a little bit to try to shake Thumbtack off.
Yeah. He kind of does that thing like, just like up and down for a second.
Tangent lass, can you come collect your bird?
No.
Swift laughs and he's gonna sign the paper.
All right. Yeah. All paper says is, if you bid on something, like, we'll know if you don't pay. Like, but yes.
Did you say I had to have the cash up front? Or I could pay after?
You pretty much work it out. Like, if you read the paper, it just says you either, like, can pay up front, or you can work out some kind of plan with the person who the money is going to.
Which is,
I'm assuming it's basically just a paper that's giving them the right to send people after you if you don't pay.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, this is a high-end billionaire-style, auction. They're just like, bro, the rest of us can pay for people to go after you. Don't make us do it.
Is there any fine print that we can read?
You read through it.
Some Thumbtack-sized fine print? Good call.
Yeah, do you have legal lore?
No.
I'll accept a society, but the DC is gonna be higher.
Is that blind or public?
That would be blind. It's information gathering. What specific little fine print things are you looking for? I guess like what's on the mind.
I don't know. It's just that if I'm signing something that's binding like that, I kind of want to know what it's.
Yeah.
Especially if this one wrote it up, and it glances at Thumbtack.
You start reading through it. Realistically speaking, it actually doesn't look like Thumbtack wrote this particular document. In fact, it is signed, like, one of the sides of it is signed by Koh-i-Noor. Like, this is, like, an official document. It has, like, the CIA seal and the Bannermanes logo in the corner and everything. Yeah, like, it's like an official document, nothing in there is, like, aimed at being some kind of, like, gotcha. It really is just we're protecting our ass, sort of thing. And if it's come to find out that you're just like trying to use this auction to, just to try to steal items or something, stuff like that. Like it's just the general. If you're coming to an auction, do the auction thing,
Yeah.
Well, I'm satisfied. And Electra will sign.
Awesome. So, sign. One by one, you guys get let in. And Thumbtack, after Swift signs, looks a little bit more nervous. Alright, they might actually bid on something. It's kind of what your sense motive is probably getting at, Swift.
What an odd thing.
I know. Alright, where is this? Let me load up the map as you guys kind of like walk into the thing. Some of you guys have seen this map before, some of you guys haven't.
Ooh.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me do something just really quick.
Ooh, look, everyone's here.
Yes,
we got a couple of J's with us.
There it is. That's the thing. I was looking for this thing.
Is a changeling with us as well?
Jean, and I think that's Jasmine, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, before we go too far in here, I have some box text for you. Make sure you have your Foundry audio up because it's going to be playing from there.
To the Grand Khalidai Theatre, the chandelier's dazzling lights reflect off the crystalline walls, bathing the room in a kaleidoscope of shimmering colors. The theater buzzes with excitement as a diverse crowd of elegantly dressed nobles, eccentric collectors, and wedded adventurers eagerly await the commencement of the glistening auction. The stage has been transformed into a magnificent display of the auction items, with each
Why did everything go quiet?
arranged and presented on polished
Play the box text through the audio, BCS.
There among them, two paintings lit brightly with the lighting of the stage. To the left, an arrangement of items all noted as declassified items from the Calligrapher's Intelligence Agency, and to the right, a large lion, caged and docile. After a brief look at the things on display, the unmistakable figure of auction master Pushpin, the tiny griffin, makes himself seen and perches on a custom-made podium at the center of the stage, ready to begin the bidding. In the dimly lit corners of the theater, you catch glimpses of notable figures, such as Misty next to the elusive crime lord Buckback, his keen eyes surveying the room. The atmosphere is electric, as the competing interests of high society, criminal underworld, and adventuring elite collide in this one-of-a-kind event.
Oh, yes. What up?
Hey.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now this is class.
Right here. These two guys right here get the best spots of the house. Nobody's even noticed them.
Yes. Magnifique is kind of like looking upwards, where you guys, probably spotted Buckback up there in the corner. She looks up. Well, I do not care where the rest of you sit, but perhaps... She looks at you, Swift, and Jinx. Would you care to join me? She gestures up in, like, the balcony.
Can we see them from here?
You could see them up there. They're just kind of, like, watching over everything right now.
You want us... Are you to go up there?
she kind of like looks up. Well, I don't see why not.
And it's tough to look at Jinx.
Jinx is kind of like, just kind of gives a little bit of a shrug, like, I don't mind.
Well, I suppose a confrontation in a nice public setting is a good way to go about it. Sure.
And she smiles. Very well, very well. And she's gonna probably just guide, like, you know, Jinx and Swift up in that direction. It's Cafe and Hubby who probably look toward the rest of you guys as you guys kind of like split off a little bit. Oh, should probably get up closer, actually. And she kind of like looks over. Hubby, where do you think we should sit? Hubby is suggesting in the back or right here, because they always forget some hooves in the crowd. I swear, like, you know, like. But it's up to you guys, really. Like, you know, Cafe and Hubby are going to be sitting with the rest of you guys.
I don't think we can see the items from this far away. We should get close.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah. And Cafe kind of nods, like, oh yes, I want to get a look at that lion down there. As stated. In case you didn't hear yourself, VCS, or anybody who didn't have their audio on, there's the couple things on here. There's those paintings that are a couple paintings that are up there on polished pedestals. There's declassified adventuring items from the adventuring guild here, the calligraphers, right? And literally just like a big caged lion in a cage.
Is that this thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Not everything on here is going to be like 100% of it. 'Cause I didn't make this map, but you get it.
Yeah.
Cafe and Hubby are gonna definitely get a little bit closer. Oops. They're not gonna jump over the edge. Is what they're gonna do. They're gonna go down the stairs like normal people. And you know, that there is Jean, who, you know, politely asks, probably like, where, do you need any help to your seats? And they shake their head. No, we should be good. We're gonna go sit right over there. Is that all right? Of course. And it's, you know, like, you know, they're getting a little bit closer. They're gonna do that. Like, oh, excuse me, sorry.
Fortuna will actually just jump off the cliff. Balcony.
I mean, like, yeah, like everybody turns around to look at Fortuna.
There's our unlucky.
Wait, she's not on here.
Who?
What?
Is Fortuna's on this map? I don't see her.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Oh, I don't see her.
She'll be right there.
I'll refresh.
Okay. Wonderful. And during all this, Triple.
Mm-hmm.
Mango is nudging you. Nudge.
Yeah.
Shall we go this way? He gestures that way.
Sure. Do they have anything to eat here?
I have no idea. Let us go ask. And he goes down to Jasmine. Ms.
Hey, lady.
Or lady, yes. And they kind of like tip their head a little bit. Yes.
You got anything to eat?
Not on me. Typically, reservations are handled by the succubus. In the auction house, however, we do have perhaps a couple of deliverable snacks. If you would wish, I can certainly help you with that.
One of every one of them.
And she kind of like gives you the look that only a service worker can give somebody who just asked for one of everything on the menu. One of everything. All right. Where are you going to be sitting?
How much will that be?
She takes out her calculator. By calculator, I mean I'm looking at my calculator. 7 gold pieces.
For everything. Okay.
Yes. I mean, they're just like little confectionaries and snacks and probably several water bottles because it's triple.
We'll take the lot.
Yeah, take the lot.
Great.
Yeah. Books out his 7 gold galleons. Yeah.
All right. He's going to go and sit somewhere. He'll just follow Mango. Lead the way.
Mango is just kind of like sitting. He's kind of in the back row. He's putting like a row between him and some people over here. You guys are a couple like seats back behind what seems to be like a hooded figure. And up above onto the thing, you guys kind of like Swift and Jinx and Magnifique. Like you guys kind of go up around in what seems to be kind of like a spiral-esque staircase, just to bring you up to the seats up here. Now, the map is a little bit closer in perspective, so don't think that these chairs are super big or anything. They're still your size, just closer to the camera. But
oh, I see.
yes, it's just a play on perspective. These are not Antian size chairs, but yes, you guys get up toward the top, and Magnifique, just during this, is just kind of like looking over at Jinx a little bit, like, you won't cause a stink, will you? No, and my sister won't either. She really likes this particular event. Last thing she wants to do is get kicked from it. And, and she kind of looks towards Swift. All right. You know, like...
I think this one already worked out a lot of the steam she had built up anyways.
And yeah, Jinx is just like, she's walking casually, but she's just like, she starts mimicking Buckback a little bit. And I have my pimp hand ready, just in case.
Oh dear.
As you guys get to the top, it's probably Magnifique who enters first. Ah, there they are. She says, and you guys will be like right back here somewhere. And she looks over and you hear him, the Buckback. Ah, Magnifique, it is so good to see you. And she smiles, and I guess thinking I had my Jinx voice on. It's just like Magnifique. Sorry, I'm refreshing myself a little bit. Yes, it is very good to see you again. Yes, and she looks all happy. She takes her seat right over here, and Misty as well. She says, like, a little bit less excited because, you know, Misty isn't exactly one of her models. She's just kind of over there. She's
yeah.
She's got the little binoculars, you know, like the little auctioneer binoculars.
On a stick.
Yeah, she's got those, and she's, like, looking at the podium. Where the fuck is he?
It's right here. It's right here.
And she's just like looking. I can't wait. And then her binoculars go up. Like she heard Magnifique, yes, and she's totally engrossed in A, finding wherever the auction master is, and B, suddenly looking over toward the big lion in the cage.
Yeah, and that's when Swift will step up with Jinx. 2 more seats. Perfect. He'll start speaking before he, comes into view.
Yes, and Visty's ears perk a little bit. And at the same time that you do that, Jinx is also going for like a little pair of binoculars right over here, and she's totally mimicking her sister here just for the fun of it, just to see what she does. She takes up the binoculars and starts looking out like she doesn't even realize her sister's here, even though she totally does. And she turns around, Misty turns around, sweat, and she stops. Suddenly, like, angry face Kieran for a second.
Misty, ahoy, lass.
Jinx slowly turns her binoculars to look at her sister. Oh, hang on, I have to turn these around so I could fit your big head right into the right. There you go. Now I can see your holding. She's just. If there was a temperature here, it would rise slightly. Hi, Swift, she says, like looking like she's like trying to hold her tongue here. You don't mind if I sit here, do you, sis? And she just kind of like lounges.
Oh dear. He's gonna let that be for the time being. He's gonna glance to the side at Buckback.
Yes.
I suppose that'll leave this one for me.
Front and center, all yours. He kind of gives like a little bit of a shrug and a roll of his eyes. He doesn't really seem to care that Jinx is here, all things considered. Like he just like saw you guys enter. It was kind of like it's these guys again. You know, like that kind of vibe.
All right, well, I'm fine with that reaction. That's less hostile than I expected.
Yeah. It seems like most of the hostility in that whole shebang is coming from a very certain Kieran over here. In particular, yes. And you look down, and I think the only I guess Ophi's not here, so delete Ophi. Saint Tangent.
Yes.
Where are you sitting?
I'm going to sit next to Jinx.
No, they're up there. That's a special. That's a special party. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
However, if you just want to find like some random, like you're free to follow them. There's some other seats and stuff over here. Just kind of hanging out in the darkness.
I sit right here.
Ooh, okay. Now, Tangent, as you walk forward, you have the most visible reaction to people. Like everybody turns to watch you as you kind of like go down the little center thing. Is that her? Is that?
Can you face me forward?
Yeah, I can face you forward.
It's not letting you turn.
Is that her? Is that the Saint Tangent? Yes, I'll help you.
I'll bow on.
Stop rotating yourself, BCS. I'm trying to help you. I'm doing my best. Actually, is your location? Let's see. We'll get it. We'll get it one day.
It's cat spin.
There we go. All right, we're there.
She's still backwards on my screen.
Damn it.
Yeah, same.
Well, it's fine. But yes, they're looking at you, Tangent. They're like, "Oh, is that the Saint Tangent?" And, there's mutterings amongst the crowd. Mutter. Turns out you got a little bit of a repertoire about you, Tangent.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Calm it down, says Auction Master Pushpin, as if everybody was riled up. They're totally not. I mean, it's just people casually milling about an auction. We should get the bidding started, shouldn't we? He says. And he kind of like looks back. He seems to consider some stuff. So he kind of flutters back to the items, takes a stock of them, and the entire time he's looking a little bit smug around a couple of these. Now, some of the first things that he starts with aren't anything too, I guess like too high in value, and it's just initially, right? You never start the auction with the biggest thing and then, everybody leaves. That's not usually how it goes. So he seems to be just going down the way and pulling up to start some old adventuring equipment from the CIA, effectively. They're adventurers too, and they clearly need to sell some of the stuff that they do. Pulls up a couple of those things, sets the tags on his podium, and then he starts kind of like looking over here. Now, the moment he kind of starts, it's one of those things like if you've ever been to like an auction at like a convention of any kind, right? Like there are people who are milling about and talking and just talking amongst themselves while the bidding is going on. They're just being quiet about it, right? And it's no different here, right? Some of these items nobody seems to really want. He pulls up like a gem or two, like stuff like that. A non-magical gem, this one, he says, like holding it up, brought in by an old bird Baxterson. And the the moment he says like the name, right? I'll put 400 here, 500, 550, 525, or 75. I know math. And like he's going fast. I can't do the voice, but I'm sure you could picture it in your head. The tiny bird talking faster than you've ever heard him talk before.
Oh dear, that's gonna sting me ears for a while.
Yeah, like I'm sure you guys aren't going to fault me for not doing Thumbtack's voice this whole session, because I doubt you want me to anyway.
I kind of do.
I like his old voice.
Where's my immersion?
Oi, do you really want me to? Because I can do this all night. I can do it all night. All right. The tiny little bird is pretty much like he is actually pinging off of Jean and Jasmine as much as he can. Now Jasmine's a little preoccupied at the moment because during this she seems to be literally pushing a whole cart of everything right over here and just kind of like puts it like at the edge here. I apologize, I can't really push it in there, but feel free to take off the cart, she says. On the cart is an arrangement of all sorts of sweets. There's a couple tubs of popcorn, Triple. Like, I mean, it's a theater. They just repurposed it to be an auction house. So they have all the things that you'd probably expect in a theater. They even have, like, little pastries and everything like that. Small cupcakes, seemingly the kind that, like, you know, Duck and Pingwing were stealing earlier.
Yeah.
You know, those kinds. And, of course, on the bottommost row of the thing, several bottles of water.
Okay, now we're properly set up. We can go and sit down here, and he's going to start looking everywhere. He doesn't really worry much about the auction. He's going to start looking everywhere where nobody else is looking. It's going to be percepting, checking,
yes,
and pretty much that's what he's doing. He's like the ceiling, nobody ever looks up. The corners, see if there's anything going on behind those curtains, and let's just start.
Absolutely. Looking for anything out of place. Pretty much like. I mean, first and like I guess the main thing flitting about is namely Thumbtack, because he doesn't stay on his podium. Right, he pops up off the thing, and that's how he's trying to keep track of everything. He's just zipping around. But past there, you're looking for anything that might be off. I assume, I imagine, right? Like things that, yeah. And realistically speaking, you may not see anything that's necessarily off at first until you take a closer look at the. Closer look at these some of the items up here. Among them, you do see among the items that there is one particular one that's kind of like hidden behind. It's like in the second row behind things. You tilt your head just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, fun facts, Triple. I asked you this first. Are you using your fancy pair of binoculars provided to you underneath your seat?
Huh. Yeah, can I inspect these? Can I see if there's anything weird about them?
You're looking at them. There is something weird about them, though it namely comes into play when you look through them. It pretty much unobstructs your view. If you're trying to see something in the second row, right, like it judges your intent for that and like just opaques the first row item so you can see the second row, right?
Wow. Oh,
nice.
That's pretty cool.
Right? So like you're peeking through. Do you see something? Now, I'm not sure in character how familiar you guys are with a certain thing, but a very scary flesh-bound Necronomicon seems to be a part of the auction.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's just some magic crap. He's putting it away.
Oh,
we need to look around. We need to look around for some weird stuff. Time to drink more water.
There's plenty there to go
is
around.
Probably what he's thinking. Yeah, gotta drink more water. just down a whole bottle. Let's we need our mind as sharp as possible.
Yeah. One by one, some of these things start going up for the auction. Let me pull up some of these. First, and I'm just gonna go through these. You let me know if any of these seem to pique your interest. Because that's how I'm gonna do this, right? Like, you're kind of like he's going through what's called the Calligrapher's Collection right now, selecting decommissioned magical items and artifacts from all the various adventures of things. They have among them the Shimmering Quill, A beautifully crafted quill with a crystal nib that never runs out of ink. When used to write, it creates text that shimmers and sparkles and is rumored to be imbued the written words with magical properties. Thing number 2, the Whispering Map. A parchment map that whispers cryptic hints and riddles when an unknown or hidden location is sought. Map is said to have once belonged to some legendary treasure hunter who has disappeared without a trace.
Huh.
Yes.
That sounds kind of interesting.
Hey.
Do you have to know
without a trace?
Do you have to know what you're looking for?
Let me just double check this item here. It's more like if you're looking for an unknown or hidden location, you're just within the area of the map. It'll start whispering to you. You'll hear these little hints and things. So not necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for treasure, it's usually hidden.
Is it kind of like Jack Sparrow's compass?
You can look at it like that, yeah.
It's the kind of thing that'll like ping you whenever it's like you're near something interesting.
Yeah, actually give me an Arcana check if you want. I'll give you a little bit extra depending on that. It'd be blind if you can.
Yeah, blind.
Alrighty. And
Hold on. Let me get mine.
Yes. Oh, Frank starts to sell a Necker book. I don't believe she ever put this thing on in the auction herself.
Stolen items.
Hey, would we know that? Has she ever told us that this is hers?
That's why I'm saying I'm not sure how much you guys know about that in character, but
yeah.
I don't know if anyone actually knows. Wickerwin has noticed like just Sarcy glowing purple and stuff, but he actually has not had the opportunity to speak to her about it yet.
Yeah.
Could I potentially suggest this then, mainly? I believe Sevens stayed with Sarsaparilla last night. Maybe can I do a posthumous just to see his character, right? Can I do like a perception check in the past, I guess, to see if he picked up on that?
Yeah. Hell yeah, you did. You've seen it probably in the room. You saw some weird fucking thing that she put in like little like bookcase, and it just kind of moved weirdly. It's that book.
Hey, that's hers.
Yes. Triple and Swift on the Whispering Map. So what was the question again? I was just trying to remember what the question was.
You sort of answered it. It was just about like the fact that it pings you whenever there's a hidden item or a hidden location, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know what defines that, but
with your Arcana check, you get that this has magic. You know, like just from a distance with your tiny little binoculars, you could use and spy on some of the runes and things. They're really nifty little things. These binoculars. It definitely has like runes on it that would be divination in the way of detecting things like donjons, which might explain why perhaps a particular legendary treasure hunter had disappeared without a trace.
Okay, I'm interested.
All right. The bidding for that one, starting bid is 100 gold pieces.
It's
not bad.
What is the method? Is this like raising? There's different kinds of auctions. I guess they're like raising the little paddle.
Yes, we'll say paddles because that's pretty fun. I've only ever been to like convention auctions, so that's pretty much my experience with auctions. I've been trying to look up different types in this last week, so forgive my auction knowledge. But paddles sound pretty great.
I'll raise a paddle.
All right, you raise a paddle. 100 gold pieces, says Thumbtack from the back. Going once, going twice. 110, says another Kieran. And he holds up his paddle. Yeah.
200.
What? 200 to the box up front. Oi!
Oh well, that's.
Going once, going twice. Sold. And
oh, Fortuna, you're living the high life now.
It's good. It'll be in the party with us either way.
Yes.
Nice. That's what Swift says.
Yes. He moves on to the next one. The Everbloom Banquet. A delicious banquet of crystal flowers that will never wither or lose their luster. Flowers are rumored to have been picked from the gardens of some fey queen, and their enchanting aroma can put those who inhale it into a blissful trance. And bidding for that one, bidding for that one starts at 50 gold pieces. Seems to be a popular couples item, namely with some people up front that you see, like, they're bidding between each other and trying to. It's usually the guys. They seem to be trying to get it for other sphinxes, or starts at 50. Then you see.
Repeat. Post the description again, or repeat it.
Yes. Let me copy paste this. My box text. There you go. Everbloom Banquet.
Bouquet. Never wither or lose their luster. What is the bidding like? What does that bidding go to?
This one
for the other people that are competing.
Yeah, they pretty much bump it up to about 57 gold pieces before, like, he starts going like, going once, going twice,
65
to the back. That guy, the last bidder, his paddle goes down. Going once, going twice, sold.
100. Oh, wait.
Oh, you said, you technically said 100.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
100. And Thumbtack is totally playing up an auctioneer, right? Like, he's just like, my god, sir.
Yeah.
He's doing the shaky take off his glasses thing. But he's doing it with his mustache for a second. He's like, boing, wipes his brow, puts it back on.
I like things that smell good.
And Bango, like, looks at you just like, you are loaded, my dear man. Going once! Going twice!
125.
125!
Jesus Christ.
Jinx looks like she's blinking like, whoa. Like, she looks a little flustered. You get her a blush lately. And he blinks up. 125, you said, right?
Yes.
125 to the back. The big blue one there. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Mr. Science.
Guess it's back.
Yeah.
Guess it's back to essential oils for me.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so we'll sit back down with a satisfied smile.
Yes. So what do we got so far? We have 125 GP for the Everbloom Banquet, and then what was the other one? It was
the map.
Map for, you said 200, right?
Yeah, I'm keeping track.
Okay.
My body.
Yeah, I'm just making sure as well. Hey, look at Pink Thumbtack. It's pretty good. And Jinx, like, she moves over next to you, Swift, like, you didn't have to do that, like.
Considering that's not even your Traveler's Day gift, I know.
and if there's one thing that would make Misty look incredibly more jealous, it was probably that.
Yeah, he's of course he's gonna give her a smooch after he says that.
Yes, she's. Is there an effect that I could give her for angry that isn't rage? No, I can't. Well, she would have that effect if it existed. Like, even a pimp named Buckback kind of like looks over like, I did not expect you to be this frivolous with your gold. You're a high bidder over there, Mr. Swift.
What, 125? That's high, Buckback.
Wow,
we've been on quite a bit of adventures since we last seen each other in Wati.
True. I haven't poked much into your business, so who's to say that you haven't gotten a few gold pieces your way? And he kind of like looks onward. I'm personally going after that. And he points towards Tangent Knights.
He's also gonna wink and tip his cap as like, an acknowledgement, not like anything else, but just respectful, I guess.
Yes. And yep. And the next item isn't Tangent Knights. It seems to be something he pulls up like the ticket for the Gilded Hourglass, an ornate hourglass with a golden sand that it has a small bit of control of the flow of time within the small area around it. When the sand is poured, it slows down for everyone within a 10-foot radius, except for the bearer of the hourglass.
That sounds like an Electra item.
Bidding starts at 30 gold pieces. 35. 40. 40 gold. Going once. Going 60 gold pieces to the cute Kieran right over there with the hooves. He points. 65, says the last person to vote.
70.
70 gold pieces. Going once. Going twice. Sold. To the electric one.
Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, 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 clap. Yes. Hourglass for 70. And I'll also post the description.
Do you want me to minus that right now, or are we doing that later?
Technically, they subtract it from you later. If you want to do it now and you're going to be honest and upfront about it, you can subtract it from your thing now.
Paid for in full.
Yes. And here's the description, just in case you needed it, so we don't lose it.
I know, let's go.
Ooh. Now, I should probably do this before the Necromonomicon gets around, but where is there any like documents or something? The legal document guy that we saw when coming in here.
Yep.
Where would he be?
Because that was Thumbtack and one other person who was just helping him write down things.
Yeah, that other guy though, he's got legal documents. I'm wondering if I can find out how they got in possession of that Necronomicon thing, because that's Sarsaparillas.
Yes. Is that what you're doing? Because Mango isn't too hung up on staying right here. In fact, they seem to be getting increasingly bored.
He wants to probably sneak off and do it for this, because Mango's lower level. He runs the risk of getting caught. I'm thinking he's gonna try and sneak and get any documents. If there's maybe a society check would help to find where they might keep stuff like this. If it's on the guy or somewhere else.
Yeah, I'll accept that. Where an official keep might be for such things.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure that they probably keep that stuff behind stage. If you're gonna go back there, might have to be a sneaky thief.
All right, let's go in there. First of all, he's gonna use the invisibility rune thing.
Yes.
With the sneaks to basically boost this.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
You managed to sneak away without Mango even noticing that you snuck away.
Yeah, let's take a look and see what this document is.
Alrighty. As he kind of wraps up the tickets, they're kind of doing this in stages, right? There's a brief little pause in the actual auction, is probably Gene and in the other ones. They'd actually probably go down to you, Electra, I guess, to answer your question. They collect on the gold pieces. If you want the items now, they can bring them down to you, or they can have them delivered to your hotel room. Either or.
I guess I'll have it right now.
Fantastic.
I've never been good at waiting.
Fantastic.
Here.
So if you're paying for it now, you're free to. They'll collect on that, and then for now, just make a new item in your in your inventories, because these aren't official items, but they are really cool nonetheless. So a little homebrew thing.
Hey, Jasmine.
And they kind of look over. Yes, miss.
You have wines.
Wines. Yes. Do you have a?
What's your finest collection? Finest collection. What is it?
Finest collection is going to be one of our Kieran specials from, and she kind of things to think first for a minute, because she's just had to memorize the whole wine list in a day. I believe it's from Scale Tip, from I know the year. The year it's the year 0. It's actually what it's called. Actually, it's kind of like, let me go fetch it. And she runs off to go fetch it. None too long later, comes back with a bottle that has a big Z on it. Ah, yes, here it is. Year 0.
How much would this be?
This bottle alone would be 10 gold pieces.
All right. Bring everything in that list and just mix it all together in a bowl.
She looks like affronted. Ma'am.
Hey, who's paying here?
You are, but that's asinine. she says, like.
Trust me. Trust Fortuna. Mix it all together in a bowl and bring it here.
I'm going to need to see the payment for that first before I do something like that.
Okay, how much would the whole thing be?
How much are you asking for?
Like, if we added up every single wine in the wine list, how much would that be?
And the whole wine list would be more than you can afford.
Oh shit, that's a big wine list. I thought it was like, look, just choose 10 wines. I don't fucking know.
10 wines and run you 100 gold pieces.
100 gold pieces for 10 wines. Fuck it, let's do it.
Alright. She brings back 10 wines. As long as you front her the 100 gold pieces, she'll
there,
mix them.
I did it.
Oh boy. You have a mixture of wines now. Where does she pour it? Do you just have it a big...
in a big jug. You know those jugs that they use in offices to dispense water?
Oh, okay. Yeah, she brings you the Deep Rock Galactic of the jug, like a jug of wine. Just put on there jug of Kirin jungle juice, like that.
Oh yeah, you have a sippy straw.
What was that?
Do you have a sippy straw? Maybe one of the silly ones.
Oh, actually, yes, we do. She rushes back. She brings back a silly straw for you. I don't know where they found these, but apparently somebody's been leaving them around. There's a silly straw. You got a big old silly straw.
You guys want some?
I need a fortitude save from you.
From me?
Yeah.
Oh, that was private. Sorry.
Oh dear lord.
Can you read?
Your final answer?
Yes, it's gonna be funny.
Give me a hang on. Give me a 1d 35.
Oh god.
I need to compare a thing on a table. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Alicia says, God left chat.
I got it too.
And Brashy says, hold up, is there a second Necronomicon, or did it hop out of Sarsi's bag?
I can hear it in his voice.
Fortuna. You start sipping on this particular thing, and just from the center of your head comes a Kirin horn that gets, like, almost comically long.
Like, that does it replace my horn, or is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's still a bunch of Kirin special wines. Like, you just mix them all together, so you have a number of Kirin-like effects that will happen with various sips.
Electra takes one look at that and says, "Thanks for the offer, but I think I'll pass."
No, I mean, look, we got a completed. We got 3 Kirins in one box. One of these things is not like the other. You know?
Do you know, Electra? Do you know how, like, if you have like bioluminescent plankton and whatnot, and you shine like a light on them, like sometimes they'll glow, like certain types.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you speak in the direction of Fortuna holding this big jug, it does that thing with your voice.
Wait, does what?
It just like lights up slightly when Electra talks toward it.
That looks unstable.
Cafe and Hubby kind of like look down at it, and like Hubby is next to Fortuna, and just kind of like pushes himself in front of Cafe, who's like ooh, and she says ooh, and the whole thing turns pink for a second.
Whoa.
I
That's kind of cool, actually.
how much is this jug gonna last? Can I save it for later too?
Yeah, you can sip on this for a very long time, Fortuna. You just got pretty much the effective 10 bottles worth of fucking ancient dragon Kirin special wines that just shoved into this thing. That's why she was like, "What are you doing?" Triple. You've managed.
Yes.
You've managed to sneak into the back without literally anybody noticing, of course. Like right into the back where perhaps there would be things held. You do see that there are a couple of other items back here that are ready to be pushed out. What's out in front right now isn't the only things that are there. Effectively, in the back, you see what seems to be a number of different fashion things. First and foremost, just there seems to be a couple like different fashion lines that are labeled Magnifique, and a couple of them for a Nettle Kiss, and one of them in particular seems to actually look like Eugene Mango's current outfit. It looks like they've made a whole fashion line for various different races and everything. It's just kind of stored here in the back, ready to be put on display. Behind there, you probably see the dude that's just filing away. There's probably a file cabinet nearby where he's just walking over. He's just making sure that the things are in order. He closes the thing. You see the token criminal Bannermanes lock safe get locked. And then he just kind of like taps it. There. Suppose I'll bring these up to the, wherever I'm supposed to after, this is all done, I think. He taps the top of it and leaves it unattended.
Let's check the pockets of this Mango outfit.
Yes. Well, it's like a series of them. Like, they have, like, a Mango outfit pretty much for, like, bat ponies and griffins and hippogriffs. Because as per the Nettlekiss article, like, Nettlekiss's whole thing is that she makes fashion that would a fashion that's tuned for races, effectively, like ancestries and that kind of thing. Like,
does it look like one might be missing?
One particular probably one does look like it is missing, and it would be the bat pony variant of things.
Which I suppose isn't the most. I mean, that's not the most jarring thing, though. Could a crafting check potentially see if there are any subtle differences between the one that he remembers and the one seen here?
Like the one on Mango?
Yeah, the one on Mango.
Yeah, that'd be a crafting check. Or a lore fashion.
Yeah, like if there's... Yeah.
Fashion lore, if you will. You're looking... I mean, it's kind of one of those things where... I mean, a shirt's a shirt. And that sure does look like one. Like, you're not too sure of the subtle differences between them.
Yeah, he can't piece anything together for that, so he's gonna just move to the main objective. Let's go to that safe.
All right, you spy the safe. Go ahead and like if you want to get into the safe, you either know the combination or it is a criminal lock. You're gonna have to roll a hell of a thievery.
You know. One of the easiest things to do is just to wait for that guy to open the safe up again and steal it from him.
It's true.
But, actually, yeah, you know what? Let's just wait by for a while and wait for that guy to come back.
Wonderful. All right. And you wait for that guy to come back. It might be a little bit, though. He kind of just, like, what he seems to be doing is a lot of, like, the stage managing. Like, once all of the, these initial things get pushed off stage, right? You know, they auction off all the little CIA doodads just to get everybody started. Thumbtack, Pushpin rather, starts doing the thing where, like, as they're moving on some of the new items and stuff, with the help of this guy, he's trying to make the crowd laugh. We'll see how good that goes.
Well, I know one way to get this guy to open this up again. All I have to do is take a little piece of paper, kind of stuff it into one of the corners of, like, the thing, make it look like maybe it got caught or something, and that will annoy him to hell.
Yes.
I want to see if we can create a diversion like that.
Yeah, go for it. Let's see it. That'd be deception, I believe.
There we go.
and he comes back. He's pushing stuff out, and then he sees that there's something like just a piece of paper caught in like the lip of it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he scratches his head. What the? Hold on. And he just kind of goes over there, and he starts he pushes his hoof onto the side of it where you see this like rune activate, and then he starts putting in the code. You see the code, and then the rune around his hoof turns green, and he like opens it up to see what the happening is.
So we've got a rune here. That being said, the thing is open right now, and I'm right next to this guy because I'm still invisible. So maybe I could just see if I could sneak out right when, let's see if we can pickpocket, I suppose, or pick safe it. Just a wad, and let's see if we get lucky. Anything that looks like it maybe, I don't know if society would help to look the best place to grab, but yeah.
Well, it seems like a majority of the documents, it's not like there's there are things here and there that you could just kind of see offhand. A lot of them just seem to be photos of the items, like that kind of thing. But the big folder, the one that's probably the target item that hey, if you're in a thief game, this one would jump out of the objective, would be the one that's probably, the things that people had signed, and, a little bit, some information maybe on certain
let's
promissaries, Go
let's
for it.
seal it while it's open. Oh. Well, with this guy's DC, is he starting to look suspicious? I'm still invisible.
You are still invisible. I'm gonna say that if you go ahead with this roll, you would have got it out, but then it would have slipped just a little bit. It would have onto the floor, and he wouldn't notice that you took it, but he would notice that it it dropped for a second. Oh, oops,
Well, we could. Yeah, I kind of think I want to hero point that just in case.
Okay.
So I'll just 1d4 that.
Oh my
God! Wonderful. You managed to.
All right, I'm down to 1.
Yeah, you nab this particular thing.
BRB.
Yep.
I like how Fortuna told us not to blow them on auctioning. That's exactly what we're doing.
This is information gathering.
Yeah.
This is important.
You get some documentations. You get promissaries from people who are part of this thing, as well as, a lot of their signatures, perhaps some information on who, what items, or where the funds are going for these particular items. Because as per normal auctions, if somebody brings something to an auction, the person who's selling the item is usually going to be the one that gets the thing. And so there's a bunch of different people that are selling at this particular thing. Thumbtack's just facilitating it. But you get
but the most important thing is where they got the Necronomicon.
You start looking through the documentation for this particular book, which has just been labeled the Flesh Book.
Mm-hmm.
In the notes, it's just what he calls it.
What a name.
Yeah, it has apparently been put up by Auction Master Pushpin.
So this is his.
It's almost certainly not his to sell. You've seen this before.
I'm not an idiot. It's not like I want to go grab the thing and just, just out of nowhere. But is there any role that could potentially learn a little bit more about it?
About the book?
Yeah, just to make sure that there's no, weird effects of the book itself.
I mean, you'd have to pick up the book to find that out.
Well, I guess recall knowledge. Is there any way to recall knowledge, I guess, on it?
You can certainly try. I won't stop you, but it's going to be really hard to figure out what that magical book's about if you don't have the magical book in front of you to read through it.
Right. We, honestly, he really shouldn't be taking that. But, and that kind of doesn't sit well with him, and he probably is going to want to steal that back for Sarsaparilla. But at the same time, it's a magical book, and we've already had experience with items that people seem to have a bit of a possession over people, like that sword. So just grabbing that seems haphazard. Though then again, why would he want to sell it? That's actually, yeah, that's the thing though. If he became attached to the book, why would he want to sell it unless maybe the book is like, find the. All right, so here's what. Let's see. I'm gonna just do one more perception check and see if there's anything I can find to see what's going on or see if there's anything weird.
Yes.
And that'll be it.
Yep. Let's see it.
All right, just one more little perception check, and otherwise we'll just stay behind the curtains and wait and see what he does.
Alrighty, and you're just looking through these documents, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking through documents, looking through actually just the whole back area.
And you look through documents, the whole back area, and you do find a couple more interesting things back there, Triple. Namely, that among your documents is specifically a little promissory note from the financial institution of the Pastels.
Mm-hmm.
And, what probably catches your eye is the name Lisa is on there.
Yeah. That's her family name.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to these particular notes, holy shit, Lisa's family is loaded.
Oh. So
as in you look at buckbacks.
Yeah.
They're pretty equal. And as to what they're allowed, I guess what they're allowing, their financial institutions are allowing them to spend here at this particular auction.
Yeah, that's okay. That's really weird. So there must be a representative from them or something. Okay, so this is good information. He would just keep it. Yeah.
Yes. And from the back of the stage, you kind of hear the next round of auctioneering, starting to come in. All right, calm it down. You got two items here, he says. I know everybody's been buzzing for him. Right. He takes a ticket off the first one, which isn't Tangent Knights. In fact, this is a painting that, as he comes over, he starts to describe. This painting is done by Semitone. Original Bannermanes works, this one. Found out in the fields by the CIA, he says. And, if you guys squint at this is the same kind of particular painting that, those ones that Moon Planner has been collecting, like the very special ones by Semitone? That seem to point to specific locations.
Is that what they were doing? Because I know we have a bunch of them.
You have two specifically that you have collected that were of very specific locations that not somebody wouldn't normally paint. This is one of them. And in fact, it is painted. Let me just look at my map here. You see this one's painted from the top of. I activate this. Snow Pity Peak. And he continues. Let me just double check my notes for how much the starting bid on this particular implement was. I have it here somewhere. Sorry, just closed it down. Just gonna say what the price was. Yes. Let's start the bidding at 100 platinum.
Oof.
Holy shit.
Gosh.
Yeah, he kind of looks around. Buckback is the first one to raise his paddle. And he does so. He kind of gives a shrug. It looks like it's not something that's was on his list, but he's just kind of got his little binoculars up, it's kind of interesting, I guess. Paddles up.
Put us back on the map.
Oh yes. Gotta put you back on the right one here. 100 platinum to Mr. Pimplin Buckback in the back there. Going once, going twice. Sold to Mr. Buckback. There's a polite smattering of applause and an ooh, because, big spender.
Clap, clap, clap.
Clap, 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 clap.
Clap goes the Swift.
Yeah. Now, particularly, there's some Karens up front who are like, doing like the god damn, like clap, like that was cool. They're very very animated about that particular thing. Then he pulls up the second ticket item. And of course, the cream of the crop. Give us a stand, Tangent. Is she back? Tangent, BCS.
Yes.
Yes, Thumbtack gestures to you. From Saint Tangent herself, Tangent Knights. Everybody claps. You give a bow, Tangent? What do?
Sure.
Yeah, you give a bow. Go on, give him a roar, Tangent.
Roar.
Everybody comes frightened one for a brief moment. Ooh. Alright, let's start the bidding at 1,200. Buckback's paddle immediately goes up. To Buckback. And everybody's kind of rolling their eyes, right? Like, just like, he's gonna get it, right? Like, it's Buckback. 1,200 going once, going twice. And then the hooded figure in front stands her paddle up. He looks down. All right. Going in increments of 100 then. 1,300. Buckback keeps his up. 400. 500. And it keeps going up. Neither party lets down their paddle. And then, as it breaches 2,000, Buckback just stands up. He gets a little fed up by it. He just says, 10,000 gold pieces.
Oh!
And then the hooded figure whips back theirs, and it's Lisa. 20,000.
Oh!
Buckback is
20,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Buckback in this point, he kind of stomps for it. And he kind of looks down, and at the same moment, Eugene Mango just falls backwards in his seat, holy shit, very animatedly. And Buckback, not one to be outbid, 50,000.
Oh,
what is this item again? Oh,
yes.
I
Tangent's painting.
This is Tangent Knights.
The painting. Interesting. Yes. Okay.
Hopefully she gets some royalties from that.
Lisa, however, smirks as he goes, going once, going twice, 100,000.
No, she's gonna do it. Oh, she did it. What the fuck?
Yeah, and the paddle stays raised. And Buckback, he grits his beak, slowly puts down his fucking paddle. Going once, going twice, sold to Miss Lisa.
Wait, the 100,000 gold or platinum?
Yeah. Gold.
Looks like Thumbtack's gonna be buying us dinner for a while.
What the heck?
Oh, yes.
Swift's looking positively stunned, jaw dropped.
So is most people in the crowd, because if you remember the articles, usually it goes, whatever Buckback wants, Buckback usually gets. And he is positively seething. You're up in the stands with him, Swift. You can feel there is an energy about him that he's he does not like to be beat. And he comes out there with, I guess he kind of rushes to the back. Briefly, Triple, you see Thumbtack. He kind of goes. Question: do you still have the documents on you, or did you put them back in the safe, Triple?
We got the information. Yeah, we can just put him back into the safe. He can, because let's do that. The thing he'd probably be thinking is, actually no, it's fine.
Yes, and
let's just see how this plays out.
Yeah, Thumbtack, he kind of goes back into the safe. As he goes back into the back, you see him snickering madly. He just pulled off the world's greatest thing or something, he's got the classic rogue anime smile, gleam in his eye, opens up the safe. seems to like rummaging for a few papers. And he kind of pulls out Lisa's, closes the safe again, rushes back out. And just to verify, Miss Lisa, the crowd just verifying that, transaction is applicable, right? They're pretty much just verifying that, it wasn't just said for the sake of it. Everything checks out. And he nods. He nods at Lisa, who smiles back, brings back the paper, puts it back into the safe.
He's like, well, that's stupid. Who would pay $100,000 for a painting? Like, this is probably her plan.
Yeah. And he kind of goes back to his podium. Miss Lisa, where would you like this painting? If you can deliver that to my father in Holbeck, I'm sure he'll be very happy, she says. And fucking Mango looks like by the time you get back to your seat, Triple, Mango is writing himself upwards again, right? He's just like, did you see that? Like, he doesn't even realize you've been gone.
Well, some lady bid on some money. On like a painting.
She
with that one guy.
She paid all my money on that painting, he says, like a little bit angry. Like,
oh, your money?
Her money. Your father's money. You get it.
How's it yours? Well, okay, I go. Anyways, do you want a water? He says, I got about 5 bottles left. Yeah, I'm on my 3rd.
He's kind of sweating, so he's gonna take you up on one of those waters.
Yeah.
You know the image of Mr. Krabs when he like sees some money, like a large sum of money, and he starts getting sweaty. Yeah. Like that's pretty much Mango right now. Like he's trying to hold it together just a little bit. Where have you? He's like leaning forward a little bit. Like once the everybody's kind of calmed down a little bit. They've done their clapping. People have just like shaking their hand. Kind of like leans forward a little bit. Lisa, darling, where have you been? She's just like, I've been around. I'm allowed to go on my own, Right. He says, grumbles. He sits back in his seat. And he kind of does that thing to you, Triple, like, ugh, women.
I get it now. Why would this guy want to ever get married to her if there's no reason to marry her anymore? Bit of a excessive move, but let's see how this plays out. This is too good.
And of course, the two little painting shenanigans here, they get adjusted off screen, and the next one starts to come into view. Of course, it's the lion up here. Gets something pushed onto the thing once everybody kind of calms down, and more visibly, like all of Misty's anger in like the previous little interactions that you had with her up there, Swift, they kind of go away. They're not there anymore. She is now like, I'm sure everybody in the front could probably hear like an audible little like ee, like from Misty is the lion gets pushed onto there. Oh my god. And she's kind of going over to Buckback, right? Like she moves over here. Moves, excuse me. And like he goes over here. Danny. No. Like, there's an immediate like anime break sound effect like, but no like so immediate back and forth. And Jeeks just like kind of like leans over. I imagine you guys are kind of like on the same chair now, right? Like
yeah,
leans over. Awkward.
Someone's not too happy he lost his bid.
Please. No. She looks like she's about to fucking cry. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the waterworks. Dear. Big ol' eyes. Like, straight up, her horn lights up. She seems to be trying to, like, cast a spell on him for a second. and his little feather on the top of his hat lights up and like smacks away the magic. Who the hell do you think I am? Like she just like gets this like I have been such a good girl this year.
Open up your gifts while we owe a cheer.
Yeah. And Thumbtack pushes this on. Our next item is gonna be this lion here. Came all the way from the Eastern Kingdoms, this one. We'll start the bidding here in about 5 minutes or so. Prepare your wallets, eh? Bidding starts at 200 gold pieces. Kind of nods. It's only 200 gold pieces. Look at this. She's doing the Kier little tippy taps, like tip, you know. No. Like he's pissed off.
Thumbtack refuses her advances.
Yeah. And she Kier stomps. You never give me anything.
Oh,
You got everybody in the theater hears that. You never give me anything.
Quiet in the back.
Oh boy. Swift.
Yeah?
Not but 45 seconds to a minute later do you get ascending.
No.
Come on, please help. I'll give you a secret about back if you help me. Come on, please. And another sending. I'll spill the beans. I just really want it.
You know what? Yeah, that never hurts to have some beans spilled.
Based.
But then I will also
Yep.
mention that to Jinx too, just quietly.
Oh yeah. Like Jinx does not care. She's she's straight up just like she's losing her mind. She's trying not to laugh right now. This is the funniest
He's
shit
just like
I've seen.
he's just like, oh, she's sending me to get it. Normally I'd just laugh, but she's saying she'll give me some buckback secrets, so don't think anything of me bidding on it.
Oh yeah, she slips you like an extra 100. Like she's going in at least like half of the starting bid here for you. She just kind of slips that your way. Just be my guest. Like.
Okay. So Swift then will raise the paddle. 200.
All right, starting off 200. Says
201.
Oh no.
That's not a minimum bid increment.
Yeah, minimum bid increments 25, Boxy.
Okay, 225.
225.
This is gonna glare. 250.
250. Going once. Going twice.
275.
Ah, damn it! I knew she was a winning guess for that. Damn box.
275 to the
300.
box. 300 to the blue in the back. Going once.
It's out of my price range.
Going twice. Your battle goes down. Sold to Swift in the back. There's a polite smattering, and the lion, it roars. Not as intimidatingly as Tangent, but still. And Misty comes back. She looks like she's got tear stains on, but she's like, thank you. She looks like she wants to hug you, but she's also kind of scared of the fact that her sister decked the shit out of her the previous day. So she's kind of like doesn't know what to do with herself right now.
Well, I do hate to see such sad faces.
And then she goes over here and just like sits down. She looks smug. She looks over at Buckback. And she sticks out her tongue. Like,
you gotta keep him happy, lad.
She has 20 fucking tigers already, he says.
No, now she has 21.
21?
Rolls his eyes a little bit. Do you even know where you gotta keep that thing? Yeah, he's gonna be by my side, and I'm gonna pet her, and he's gonna be really cute, he says.
Has that's not my problem laugh.
La Mao. one last sending in your heads, which you probably get from Misty here. After the
Swibbed.
auction, you and me and I owe you some information and a smooch.
I'm sorry. Repeat it.
She's like pretty much after the auction is when she could deliver said information to you.
Okay.
Like I owe you this big time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You have Misty in your debt pretty much. Or
not a bad thing to have.
Yeah.
Much better than buying a treasure map or the semitone painting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me check my auction notes here. There we go. Now, Thumbtack kind of like starts wrapping up perhaps some of the more physical items. One last thing on our docket for physical things here that have been brought in, he says. And this is when he brings out what looks to be a set of crystals. Complete set of them. This was donated by an old bird Baxterson von Hoffman III. And he kind of like looks down at it. Commemorative earpieces from the CIA throughout the years of his service, donating it to anyone who wishes to collect memorabilia from him. He says, starting the bidding at 75 gold pieces. 100, says one person. 125, says another. 125 for the commemorative talking pieces. Going once. Going twice. Sold to that guy. Says Thumbtack. Points to like some well, he says that guy, I should say. Points in that direction, the person who spoke. My accent was off, I'm sure it was, but it points in the direction toward where you could see a familiar blue mare with a fez.
Oh, that's nice.
It's fine.
Yeah, Frank, stop freaking out.
Look, honestly, none of us were in that I think half of us were not in that section, so
was Fortuna not there?
No, that was Bellhop.
Oh, yeah. See, none of us were there.
Yeah. You guys did not bring the people who were privy to this particular item here.
Like, I played that by...
Oh, yeah, Electra was.
Yeah, but he was just some old guy, I thought. That used to be in the CIA.
The old guy used to be in the CIA. Yeah.
CIA crystals?
Well, Ivory Drop apparently got it, so...
Yes. Miss Drop.
Yeah, they're like the communication things. I don't think they were storing data or anything.
No. Those particular crystals, though the character isn't here, I mean, one of them was stashed under Bellhop's bed earlier. And like, let her like listen in on things. You guys saw
God, it's wartime, Luke. Oh, my brain.
Electra, I feel like as the bidding for that particular item comes to like a conclusion and they let Ivory Drop do it, you probably have that like little tingling in the back of your head. It's like a sixth sense that something timey-wimey is happening. Mm-hmm.
So you said that was the last of the physical items. That implies there's non-physical items?
Well, I guess the items brought in, I should say, not most items are going to be physical, right? Like, you know, just as like, hey, these were various random people who brought in stuff for the things, outside of like all like little bits and bobs. Like Thumbtack pretty much like looks out toward the crowd. Alright, we're gonna take about an hour break now. Got a little bit of a silent auction going on up in the front of the theatre. Feel free to place your bids there for the more common items around that folks have brought in while we set up what our designers have brought us this year, he says. He's totally reading from a script that like is like in front of him. Like and he kind of like looks up. Well, that's that then. So effectively, yes, there is more things, perhaps like, you know, like just don't need to be put up on display here, that are just more like a silent auction thing. Effectively, you just go up to them and people place down their bids, how much they're willing to spend on them. If you want to spend more, you just write down what your bid is and what your name is, and then it goes on for an hour before they kind of just like pick up all the pieces of paper and take them to the back, tabulate them, and distribute out the items. And a little bit of a break in the action here. Most people kind of like stand up. They start milling about. A lot of them are either going to St. Tangent because or Lisa, right? Like it's like split between the two of them now because on one hand you have congratulations, Miss Tangent. You must feel overwhelmed by the success of your art. On the other hand, you have Lisa, who is just like, everybody's just like, I didn't think anybody would ever beat out Buckback. You've broken his streak.
Something wrong? I guess he would ask to Buckback, you don't look exactly the most hot right now.
Yeah, well, Buckback's way up in the...
No. Oh, to Mango, I'm sorry.
Oh, Mango, yeah. He's just like, I just... nothing really. No, nothing. He shakes his head. It's just a piece of art. He says.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem like that would affect you.
But he kind of like looks at you almost searchingly for a second. What do you mean?
Did you just want that money?
And then it's like almost like he's realizing something. No, of course not. No. Shakes his head.
I mean, can he sense motive on this?
Yes, please
realistically speaking.
Yes.
Yeah. Please.
You get the impression that like as you ask these questions, from the facial expressions there, just for a second, it almost seems like he just realized something about you. And then completely just kind of like change the timbre of his speaking around that.
Well, he's going to keep pressing in. He's going to probably say, I didn't think you would cheat yourself that hard. Or you'd even want to do that. You didn't strike me as that kind of guy.
What?
Giving up so easy.
Well, it was part of the arrangement, he says, just squinting like a little bit.
The fact that you would want to resort to that kind of arrangement is the deal to begin with, I'd say. Are you sure you want to build the industrial empire that you're capable of building on borrowed money? Do you know how that kind of sounds? Yeah, how that's going to sound when people are questioning your lineage in the past. They're going to just say that you were a golden child, which is not you. Ever since your entire story has been you've been cast out and thrown away from both of these societies that hate each other. So you're just hated by everybody on both sides of the spectrum. And you united them. You want to unite them at least and make something new out of it. And you're going to let yourself... and you're going to cheat yourself by saying it was all on borrowed money.
Ugh! And like he stands up, come over here, you, and he just starts like pulling you somewhere, like pull,
yeah,
pull, and like pretty much he's just going somewhere where like you get the vibe that he's just kind of like find somewhere where there's like nobody listening, watching, like that kind of thing, right? And like pulls you around to a corner. It's a little bit dark over here. And then, like, the moment that happens, like, his form changes. Once again, it's 8s. Are you thick?
Hey, where the hell's the real guy?
There is no fucking real guy, she says, like, smacking you in the head a little bit. Like, I thought you were being stupid the whole time. You made me feel stupid.
Strategic stupidity, he says.
Wait, are you telling me we just both were retarded for a second? Like,
I don't know. What about...
this is so fucking annoying! This thing is so boring! It's just like going back and forth a little bit. Like, one person just kind of like peeks around the corner and very quickly, whoop, like it's Mango again. Nothing, we're just having a quarrel between friends. They just gotta go off.
So you just want money.
It goes back to eights again. Well, of course I fucking want money. It's what we're doing this for. And then she goes off and buys this huge ass painting. For what? It's just gonna go to that auctioneer or whatever his name is, Pushpin.
Well, sorry, Miss. Sorry, Mrs. Works for Buckback, but I regrettably have to inform you that he is part of the Bannermanes. And that means that if you're working for Buckback, you can't do anything to mess with them.
Ace opens her mouth. What? You little...
Anyways, I need to go take a piss. Goodbye.
Oh, bathroom part 2.
Like, there's a brief, like, choke, like, I want to choke you so fucking bad. Like, you, like, motion. Mango again. My boy, we are no longer friends.
A real shame, I actually kind of like that guy.
And then, they just run off in another direction for a second. A few moments later, Swift, up in the top balcony, there's perhaps a Eugene Mango that pops in, just for a little bit, he pops in. Would you mind if I perhaps speak to a Mr. Pimp named Buckback for a moment? I have a little bit of a conundrum we found ourselves in. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, he says, just standing up, because he's been having conversation. He leaves. There's probably some like Buckback stands up, he goes to wherever Eugene Mango wants to discuss whatever he wants to discuss. And then...
So it's just gonna blink and watch that happen, like, that's kind of odd.
Yes. And a few moments, you know, after whatever they talk about, he said, like, Jinx just kind of, like, looking back, like, yeah, that is kind of strange. Like, just, like, also just as curious. Misty is just, like, not here. She's not here. She's going wherever the line is right now. She's gone. Buckback comes back.
Then where's Magnifique? Is she still here?
Oh, yeah, Magnifique is just chilling with you guys. Like she's just, yes, this has been a very, very interesting auction.
Is that Madame Fortuna sipping on a giant cup? He's like got his binoculars down at the like people watching.
I think so. It is a jug of some sort.
Well, no one's down there to watch them, so I guess they're gonna get up to something like that. Moon Planner's not here, and I'm up here.
Yes, it does seem like most of your what do adventurers call it? Tar Dranglers, I think is what they are named, are not present. Forgive my French. Like, she does the snicker, the token sit on the chair and snicker, and Buckback.
Enough drama for you?
Oh, this is quite funny. And speaking of, she turns around and Buckback is coming in looking. Give me a sense motive. Like. He sits down, and you get the you know, it's almost like it's not angry, but it is passively like, so that's the game we're gonna play. Like,
no, how's business, Buckback? It's been a while.
He's gonna be like better.
He asks this in like a more genuine way.
Yes, he kind of looks over. It could be much better.
Could it be better if there was less competition?
He gives you a searching look, as if like, I mean, out of character. He totally like just feel like he's looking at you like he thinks you're part of whatever the fuck just went down. But it's just like something.
We've got bigger fish on our hooves than. I'll cut to the chase. Party and I are looking for a little bit of information on a pony or a creature you may know, the Godfather. He's on our radar right now. If you have anything to spare.
He squints a little bit. Squints. He's like judging. He looks like he's like considering this. I don't know who the Godfather is, he says, like totally like he definitely does. He pops in like you see him like pop in a cigar into his mouth and he starts puffing on it.
Mm-hmm.
And just like considers for a moment. But if I did, maybe we could talk. Because like all present company that's there kinda is in the know about things. So he's not like, he's just keeping it quiet between the people that are up here,
Well, then I guess that depends on you knowing. I mean, I get the way he was trying to phrase that, but it's just like, if I know, then we can talk. Well, I just asked if you know.
I guess rephrase it. If I know, then perhaps you might be able to find me near the Ivory Hill Hotel.
Ivory Hill. All right.
And he gives you an approximate time, which I believe... I'm just trying to think of my timelines here, because there's a night event, which is the thing. It's pretty much like maybe like an hour before the runway, hour or two.
Oh, that'll work. I heard you're going up on the runway.
Yes, he says.
I didn't take you much for a fashion... Well, not to say you don't have a certain way you dress. I just didn't know that it was part of your business to push a fashion agenda.
Well, not normally, but Ms. Magnifique here made an offer that I could not refuse.
An offer?
She smiles. Yes, a little bit of a partnership. You see, he is a wealthy entrepreneur, yeah? He says with a big smile. And it is always nice to have a little bit on your side going from you when you have a particular rival like Miss Nettlekiss.
I see. Well, this world above the rest of them seems to be all about deals and business, doesn't it?
In the fashion industry, that is what it usually boils down to.
So just gonna sit and just kind of think on that for a little bit.
Alrighty. Other party.
I have a question about the silent auction.
Yeah.
What's some of the items that are in there?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you start like looking at some of the fashion things. I guess things in the auction right over here. And let's see. I'm just double checking my notes right here. They do actually have the book up on silent auction. Is one of the things here, as well as some other little like. It's more like collectibles, effectively. Like that's what this is. It's like the one of the more high-priced items. You're starting to look around the tables is what looks to be a felt fedora from the felt flip of 26, I believe was the year. Like they're highly collectible items from particular years of fashion, old fashion items and that kind of thing. The book is among them, is like the most like out of place thing, more or less, but it's just kind of sitting there behind glass. And it's got 2 bids on it.
Who's bidding? Do we know the name?
What's it going for?
You see that there was one bid by somebody named Ravine, and another one by Cafe.
What did Cafe bid?
Ravine had bid like 150, which is starting bid. Cafe had bid 300.
You know what? I think Stars is better off without that book.
And And this is like when you guys are walking around, you actually see a particular bat pony who you had actually seen a glimpse of the other day. I guess not the other day. A few hours previously. Nettlekiss comes over. A certain bat pony.
Wait, she's a bat. A bat pony?
Yes.
I thought she was an Earth.
Nettlekiss is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
You're talking about Ravine, right?
Yes. And the as you guys are kind of like looking at the bids there, she just kind of says like, "Excuse me," and she puts down a bid for 500 from Ravine.
For the book?
Yes.
And this is Nettlekiss.
This is one of Nettlekiss's models.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So, yeah, something's not. I mean,
Are you gonna get it, Fortuna?
What?
The book.
No, it's out of my price range.
that book I mean, at this point, he'd probably just tell the party that book belongs to Sarsaparilla, and something's not right here.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, I think she picked that up. She picked that up in the library where we brought Duck back, I think.
You know,
she's had it with her for a while, so it's obviously important to her. I'd be willing.
Again, I don't know who all actually knows that, because I know she's kept it a secret.
Yep.
Well, he's revealing it to everybody now.
Yeah, but
we saw it. Did we see her in the? That's where she got it. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, she hid it from you when she was there.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't mean to like. I just want to make sure because I think that was a detail.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But no, he's just telling them straight up, like, yeah, that's a book. It doesn't sit well with him that what was it? Thumbtack is stealing from her to go sell it off. I mean, like, you know, Sarsbrilla's a friend.
Yeah, I think we probably should get it back for her. I'd be willing to pitch in. I guess Electra. What's the minimum bid increment?
Minimum bid increment is 25 gold.
Why not just
for this? Yeah.
Just tell Thumbtack that we're gonna go and tell the room, not the room guard, the CIA if he doesn't go give it back.
You gonna go threaten the auction master? Dazed? You could find him. He's over at his podium. He's just reading through his lines.
You know, we could always curb stomp him.
Put him in a sock and just.
Good time.
I mean, we might as well want to at least talk about it, because for all we know, perhaps he asked nicely and she gave it.
Yeah, might as well. I'm assuming the silent auction is gonna be going for long enough to talk.
Yeah, you guys got like an hour,
Pushpin.
a little bit, to like actually mill about and do whatever you need to do. Like, this is the break time. This is where you do things.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Electra's gonna walk up to Thumbtack.
Hello, miss, that I've never seen before.
Hello, Auction Master Pushpin.
Yeah, that's me, thank you.
Can't help to notice, but I think you've got Sarsi's book on sale there. What's the story behind that?
Well,
she kind of like, it looks suddenly exceptionally shifty.
What do you mean by a Sarsaparilla's book?
Tap, tap, tap.
Well, Triple clearly saw her with it earlier.
He gives like a scathing look at Triple. And he like, he gives you that look of like, you rat.
Oh, well, you know, let's just grin back at him.
Yeah.
Did he know?
Sorry, Thumbtack. Normally I wouldn't get involved in this kind of stuff, but that's Sarsaparilla's.
Yeah.
Who's Thumbtack?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He doesn't know that it's Thumbtack, so he would say Pushpin.
Sorry, you know it's Thumbtack.
You know,
well, I don't think Thumbtack has actually properly introduced himself to Triple yet.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he still thinks he's Pushpin.
Yeah. Babe?
Have you heard other people call him Thumbtack?
I guess, yeah, Electra's just
maybe,
gonna give
yeah.
Trifles just a deadpan look, like, really?
Yeah.
Maybe
Sorry,
H
Pushpin,
had a point.
Sorry, Pushpin. I normally wouldn't care about this stuff. A steel's a steel, but this is from Sarsaparilla, so it's different.
Just kind of like blinks.
Why? Why is everybody so attached to this thing? Oh, it's just a book. What does she do with books?
It's not the book. Like,
It
I'm
could
sure
be a
it's-
used Kleenex, and I'd be getting after you.
What? But it's not valuable.
It's the fact that she's our friend.
You gotta, like,
Friends don't
squint.
steal from friends.
I was gonna split it with her.
Did you tell her that you took it?
No, it was gonna be her Traveler's Day gift.
Yeah.
It's chaotic neutral, Electra, I swear.
So are you saying fair? So are you saying that's fair play with me? He says, "Why don't I take some of your stuff? I'll just split it."
No,
back with
that's
you."
my stuff, not yours.
Oh, how is that so different?
Because it's my stuff that's on the line, not someone else's.
You know, I really hated logic class. You might want to talk with someone like Penguin, but this is, I think, what they call a double standard.
She kind of like blinks at you.
I don't like your fancy logical words. Check.
Believe me, neither do I. But I'm not saying like I'm not saying I'm doing like nerd shit with it, but it is what it is.
Fine. I'll help you buy it back, but I've already fronted things for it, and I signed some papers.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. That's kind of why I was just going to bid on it to begin with. But yeah, I think you should help pay.
Oh, fine.
He pulls out a copper piece.
Discover it.
I don't know. It's up to, what was it?
It's like 500 currently, but you're
Oh
up
my
again.
God.
25.
Fine, you guys are so needy.
And he starts pulling out like a couple platinum pieces at a time.
Just 1, 2, 3.
Pulls
You're
out,
lucky we're helping at all with this thumbtack.
If only up you without an old thumbtack. I would have been fine without your interference. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling Bannermanes.
Look, I'll let you ride in my mane later, and maybe even touch my hoof.
What deal? Just don't tell Tangent.
I was gonna say Tangent's not gonna like that.
Yeah.
He puts his foot. He puts his hoof up
Tangent's
next to
here,
him.
isn't she?
So you're saying I can get you to do anything I want by just touching you with one of these?
Ew, no, that's gay.
Yeah, had to do
it. But yeah, Thumbtack is going to offer 150 of his own personal hard-earned gold. I should say total.
What an injustice!
to buy back the item that he stole off Sarsaparilla.
Hard earned. He just has something like 100,000 gold from all this shit.
I don't think he's getting it.
He doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Now it's going to Charity. Who's Mr. Charity? It's gonna be him wearing
That's
an
my
artist
brother, thank you very much.
It's a fair swindle. He gets to keep it.
All right.
All right. So I guess you said it was up to 500.
Yep.
I guess if he's putting in 150, Electro put in, say, 250.
Nice. All right. That brings
Sorry, it would be gay to contribute to this, so I'll just let you guys handle it.
I believe 250 bring it up to 500. Yeah.
Not quite, but
I'm
I could
stupid.
put in 350. If you know what, yeah, Electro will put in 350. I guess it'd be 375 since the minimum thing is 25.
Yep. That'd bring it up to
Damn.
525.
Thumbtack owes me big time.
Yeah.
375 gold. Remove.
And like the certain ravine, she does come back here, like takes a look at the thing, like, dang it! Like you see her face, it kind of like drops, like, and
Sorry.
she thinks about it, and she decides against it. How he goes?
Okay.
Who's that one?
Yeah.
He was just like peeking in with his. He's just watching everyone from the balcony.
Oh yeah, for that little binoculars.
Yeah.
Based with the binoculars. You peek.
Is there anything
back,
else with the silent?
and
Sorry.
like Jinx kind of like leans over. She's also got her little binoculars. Oh, I know her. She says.
Oh, do ya?
Yeah. She kind of like looks over. Ravine. Quite the enigma. That's her last name.
Ravine Enigma. That's quite a name.
Yep, long-time model for Nettlekiss and big time Kieran best friend forever with Misty, she says. Gives you like a little smile.
Electra.
Hello.
Now that that's over, why don't you just take this and give it to him? So he's just going to give him 50 gold, give you 50 gold pieces. I owe that guy now. So buy him 50 gold pieces of, like, whatever his favorite berry is. You know him better than me. And he'll probably be a lot more gracious accepting it from you.
Sorry, who's triple pointing to?
Some Pushpin.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, give Pushpin 50, here's 50 gold. He doesn't know him well enough to, but he's grateful to him. So he wants him to get like 50 gold pieces of berries. The fanciest you can buy with 50 gold pieces. We'll give that to you.
Thank you. I guess I could do that. I don't know if he really deserves it.
No, it's for something else.
Okay. I think I do know which berries he likes, if I can remember correctly.
I have removed 50 from his inventory. But yeah, he seems pretty
add 50 to
for that.
mine.
Now, there was another bidder on that particular book, if you recall.
Was Cafe?
It was Cafe.
Cafe.
She is perusing, and she's with hubby right now, and she goes back to the book. Oh, hon, come on, look, this looks really cool. And look, they keep going up. It's like he reads it. Electra. Oh no, hon, we're in a bidding war. Quick, put your bid down.
Tell her.
But she's like pushing her just a little. Go on, put your bid down, hon. Come on. Like,
wait, for the book? Oh,
yeah.
I thought. Oh, I guess I haven't won it yet.
Lannister probably tell her.
Yeah, do you say something? And she's like urging him to put down a bid.
Sorry, once more?
Like hubby is with Cafe, and they are walking around the silent auction too. And they notice that they're in a bidding war with you, and she's urging hubby to keep it going.
Are you going to tell her that this thing is stolen?
Yeah, this belongs to Sarsi. You wouldn't want to end up with this. She's gonna be dancing with chauffeur later.
And she blinks, like a little bit. Hubby was like he had pen in hand, like he was about to write it down. What? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to say that again.
I thought Sarsi and chauffeur were gonna be dancing later.
Uh-huh. You're gonna have to take it up with Mrs. She's the one who wants me to buy all this bullshit.
This
Cafe looks innocent.
That's what This belongs to Sarsi. It's one of our friends. It was stolen by Pushpin.
Give me a diplomacy roll, you Kieran.
I was trying. I don't know if that came out weird. I was trying to just tell them the situation right from the get go.
Yeah, still a diplomacy. You're still dealing with dragons who
Yeah,
want a fancy shiny thing.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I totally understand. Is that going to be blind then or public?
public.
All right, and I think I do have a thing. It might
Oh.
auto calculate, but
Oh,
that's
you're pulling that shit.
that is going to be a hero point. I don't want to spend too much money. Oh, I got to roll the 1d4, I guess.
Yes. Just in case.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
All
it
right.
definitely changes your results. And
okay, I don't know if this would change it further, but I do have a thing for dealing with dragons.
What's your thing? Just curious.
It's called. I gotta find it here.
This is dealing with dragons.
Entreat with forebearers.
That one.
Basically, just gives me a +1 circumstance.
Yeah, that's good. That will actually bump it up to a critical success. Look at you go. And she kind of like blinks. Oh, right. Well, if my little Shelfie is dancing with somebody who this was stolen off of, you know what? And she looks at you. Save your gold. I'll buy it for you. She nudges the hubby a little bit.
Really? That's incredibly generous. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. And tell whoever stole this thing that they ought to watch out. And she gives like a little like like a little punchy maneuver with her hooves.
Don't worry. I think I think he already knows that. In fact, I'll make sure he knows that.
You better. Hubby puts down a thing. He just puts down a flat 700. That'll tell him.
Oh.
Wait. She didn't realize that it's the auction master. You guys didn't tell her that.
I don't think.
Well,
Thumbtack doesn't really show himself a lot around a lot of people.
No, I know, but
then,
I assume Electra told her.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know that. They wouldn't know by that. Sorry, I can't speak tonight. They wouldn't know right off the bat that it was the auction master that stole it.
Yeah,
he might have just come into possession of it from the thief or something.
I guess no. But when you roll your diplomacy, I think maybe I'm having a brain fart. But I clearly hear it was.
Oh, I did say pushpin, right?
Yeah.
Yep, no, you're right.
So you did say it.
Yep.
Pushpin, yeah. She's totally willing to put forward the monies for the thing to buy it because critical success. Good job. Hero point to you, by the way, Electra, for that interaction.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It turned out way better than I expected.
Yeah. And is there I guess yes. Let me just look at some things now. Okay, question to party. Are you guys interested in any of like the year by year collectibles that are on display?
What are the year by year collectibles again?
All right.
I was looking to buy something. Actually, is Ivory here?
Yes. You actually kind of see her. She's kind of like looking around a little bit. Like she looks confused.
I'll walk up to her and ask her, "Hey, Ivory, do you think it might be all right if I bought something and brought it back?"
Hold on.
Oh.
Where'd you go? There you are. Hi. She looks like really lost for a second. Oh, sorry, you're just a little see-through.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, things are a little fuzzy right now. What's up? What's happening?
I just had a quick question, but are you sure everything's okay with you?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Well, do you think it would be okay if I bought something and brought it back to another time? Once I go home?
She's gonna blink.
As long as it's not something that's like gonna obviously, you know.
What's it? She asks.
I don't know yet, but I was thinking of buying something for a special someone back home.
Yeah. She kind of like blinks. I mean,
I can't do that. Yeah, sure, go for it. We have to run it by the dropper first.
Of course.
He doesn't like things that don't vibe with things. You know how the dogs are.
I do.
And then she kind of just like blinks for a moment. You see her pupils, they kind of go like a little bit wider.
Okay, there's seriously something up. What's going on?
Nothing. They're getting in my head.
I'm gonna cast See Invisibility. Hold on, I'll double check to see if I've got it. Do I see anything?
See invisibility?
Yeah.
You do not see any invisible creatures in this particular area. Oh, initially, anyways. After a few moments of looking around, yes, you would see some invisible CIA members walking around.
Okay.
They're just making sure things are okay.
You've been acting really strange. Like, I know that this is definitely a fixed moment in time.
I thought they were gone. Why aren't they gone?
Why aren't what gone? You're confusing me.
The meddlers.
The meddlers?
The meddlers, they're not gone yet.
Has something been meddled with?
Yes. Yes, they're meddling with me.
And she points to herself.
They're trying to get rid of me.
You're not talking about the CIA, are you?
No. They can't do anything.
She shakes her head. You see like one of those invisible CIA members look a little offended.
Well, then who then?
The meddlers, Electra, the meddlers. You know? Like
I
us.
Don't. Oh. What do you mean by you think that they were gone? Have we run into them before? I don't remember anything
No,
like that.
I thought there was meddlers. There was a number of them. We took them out. We cracked the mirrors. And they're back. I don't know where these meddlers are. I gotta keep looking.
Well, if there's anything that I can do to help, I'd be happy to. I know I've been kind of absent lately, but I really do enjoy going on adventures with you.
Do you?
Yeah.
And
you're my friend.
And she kind of thinks for a moment. She blinks, and she kind of like tilts her head for a little bit.
Who are you again? No, you're Electra. I know you.
Okay, there's seriously something going on here. Do you know where the dropper is? I think you need some help.
This way.
And she like goes into a random door.
Electra's gonna look back. Does it look like the rest of the party is kind of busy with stuff, or?
And well, like yeah, rest of the party. What are you doing?
Basically, I'm just asking, do you guys want to come?
Well, Swift bought something nice, and he also did his job of initiating a conversation about the Godfather. So that's to be collected later. He's gonna glance at like little whatever modem of time telling he has on him. Probably like a pocket watch.
Oh yes.
We got about 45 minutes until the silent auction is over, and he's gonna look at Jinx then. Where does the bidding start for even a minute alone with you?
And she kind of like thinks for a little bit. Well, typically, starting bid on that is priceless. She looks like all like, she flutters her eyes. Flutter, flutter, flutter.
Let's go discuss finances.
Ah.
I'm gonna take her hoof, walk off.
Yes. You walk off in K direction.
Just saying what he's doing. He's just kind of taking her away for privacy.
Ah, okay. Yes, there's plenty of like little smoking lounges and rooms and things that are more than private for the high life individuals. You will notice, however, that upon probably entering one of these, the only cigars that they seem to give around in the place seem to be Kieran cigars.
You Kierans are quite the aficionados, aren't you? Beers and cigars.
And yeah, she kind of like picks up one just to like look at it a little bit. Although I am a personal fan of this particular brand, and she turns around and shows that there's like a big letter Z on this particular cigar.
Z?
Yes.
What's special about this brand?
Oh, well, comes from Scale Tip, born and raised. I thought you were a Bannermane. She gives you a little bit of a wink. That's what the Bannermanes there make.
But what does the Z mean?
Zonkas, she says, very succinctly.
Zonkas?
Yes, Zonkas.
Zonkas. If I smoke this, will I turn in any Kiranish?
Not necessarily, but I doubt you can smoke it unless you take a little shot of this. And she just like gestures probably some complimentary Kirin specials and wines that have been set around in these little private areas.
Let's start with a glass of wine, and then you'll just pour them both a drink. Start drinking and chatting.
And the fortitude save for Kirin special is low enough that like if you wish to let it make you.
He's just gonna have regular wine for now.
Yeah. Oh, regular, so you're not having Kirin special stuff?
No.
Gotcha. Yeah, she is definitely a fan of the Kirin specials ones. It starts pretty much like giving you like a little bit of a rundown, probably like the same information that Bellhop's gotten at one point. That typically like when you smoke these particular cigars, like if you're not a Kirin or something like that, probably a little hard to probably going to be a little bit almost impossible to smoke these particular things, but that's why they have Kirin Special. It's kind of complimentary, right? Take the Kirin Special, let you actually smoke the cigars.
Interesting. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just what Swift is doing.
Yeah. Now, back in the silent auction, Electra, you were looking for somebody, I think?
I was just essentially offering a chance for anybody who wanted to come with me to do so, because I figured that this might take some time. But no, Electra's just going to follow Ivory Drop, I guess, through the random door where she says the dropper is.
Yeah, she goes through the door and closes it, like right away. Closes. And there's like no light in here. There's definitely not a draw. It's the broom closet. And Electra.
Yes?
Look, you have to tell them. There's 4 more somewhere. I don't know where they are. They're messing with me.
I have to tell them that there's 4 more somewhere?
I have to make them think that they've gotten to me. Right? I gotta make myself look crazy. I'm not an illusionist. What do I look like? A madman? A mage? A mad mage? A clown? She points to herself. No, I'm not. I'm not a fucking clown, she says. I'm a time traveller. That's me. There's 4 of them. They're still walking around out here, and they're like, oh, where's Ivy Drop? Oh, they're meddling more than I am. Why aren't the dogs coming after them, eh?
I don't know. I haven't seen the dogs in quite some time, actually. To tell you the truth.
I know. It's weird. If they haven't come here, that means that whatever's happening is supposed to happen. And I don't like that.
Well, I guess if it's just an act, I can play along. I was honestly worried for you there for a second.
No.
It's quite convincing.
Don't you dare tell the others that there's something not wrong with me, because then everything gets thrown out of whack. She says.
There is something wrong with you, and she winks, but she can't see it since it's a black closet.
Right, there's something wrong with me, and like one of her pupils kind of grows a little bit. Isn't that a cool trick?
I can't see it either because it's a black broom closet.
Right. She still says it. And
yeah, it is.
Right. Yeah. Go tell the others. I can't track them down. It's like I look around for everywhere important. They're not there. It's like what are these mirror folk doing, eh?
You wouldn't happen to know anyone by the name of Translucence, would you?
And she thinks for a little bit. Translucence. Name doesn't ring a bell. I'm sure it would have if it was someone important.
Well, just asking.
Yeah. Just thinks a little bit.
Right. Speaking of, though, the dropper. Have you heard any updates about the key yet?
The key? What key?
The key for the dropper.
Key for the dropper. Spoilers.
Okay. I'll trust you on this one.
Hang on, you can't see anything, right?
Not right now, no.
Alright. She goes silent for 5 seconds. Alright, let's leave.
Okay.
Out the door she goes.
Electra will follow her out of the door. What a strange character.
Yes. Well, it's odd. You don't remember her changing her necktie.
Timey-wimey. Alright, I guess Electra will head back to the silent auction and start looking for items.
Yes. There are definitely more items afoot. Some of the other ones here. There's the radiant gown, as it's labeled, the celestial cloak, the solar crown, the lunar slippers, and the verdant ensemble.
The solar crown sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Solar crown. What was that? What was that, BCS?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I imagine you probably go look at the solar crown, and correct me if I'm wrong, tangent, I feel like you'd probably be there.
Okay.
It's the solar crown, after all. Delicate golden tiara, inset with the large, dazzling sunstone that seems to radiate warmth and light. Wearing the crown is said to imbue the bearer with charisma and confidence. This was particularly dated, perhaps another 30 years prior. When they had context, I guess, like historically it has the little plaque next to it that probably says something about it, right? That particular year was probably a very sunny themed crystal ball, if you will. And there's like pictures that are like, they have like a camera crystal like next to it that's just kind of like rotating through like some projector device. You see that there's like, everybody's all decked out in sun stuff. Like that was the whole theme that year, and there's like the runway photos of like radiant light going everywhere. The Crystal Castle looks completely different in this particular photo. In fact, every single one of these, like each piece that you look down, like you just look at the little projector pieces, the Crystal Castle looks different in every single year.
Are all of these items here? They've all got some sort of like historical significance?
A lot of them are just collector's items for the most part. You obviously saw the book. There's perhaps one thing that's a little opposite to this particular solar crown, and it's the it is in fact the lunar slippers, which apparently were worn by, in past years, a group known as the Moonlight 3.
Ooh.
And you see that there are, in fact, 3 individuals dressed up in nightgowns going down the runway.
That's a little out there.
Yep. And
is there anything?
The big historical.
Sorry? Oh, sorry. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, the big historical thing on there is just like even in sleep, one must look fashionable. Like that's the whole. Pretty much, like it's got a little article in itself. The Moonlight 3, like the three sisters who challenged the daytime, challenged the fashion world itself by bringing not things that you'd wear in the day, but things that you would wear while the Moon Princess guides you to sleep.
I like that. How much are they?
They're only running for like 25 right now.
They got famous because they introduced Pajama Day to the world.
Pretty much.
You know what? Electra's gonna put 50 gold down on those, and then does it look like there's anything else that might be So I'm assuming all sorts of races have done the runway, right?
Oh yeah.
Anything that looks like might fit a griffin?
Anything that looks like it might fit a griffin. You're looking around. You do actually find a couple pieces of that. In fact, you actually find some what looks to be like more royal wear. In fact, you actually find perhaps like something donated in like actually yeah, you find some donated high fashion I want to say regal robes themselves. It has the Lanner family crest upon it, and seems to come from the Griffin Kingdoms.
How much are they?
Currently, it is running at the king's price of 100 gold pieces.
Electra will put down 150 on that one. Hold on, I gotta keep track of all these.
Yeah, please do.
So, Cafe said that she was going to cover the Necronomicon. I've got 150 down on the Moon Slippers. And I think you said it was going for 500 and I put 550 down?
Yeah.
Okay. For the Regal Robes. All right.
Wonderful.
I have a question.
Yeah?
Do we have like a list of all the items so we can look at them? Like,
I mean, I have some of the list. A lot of the minor items I don't really have because I wasn't sure like if you guys were really gonna be too interested in collectible items. But I got a couple here that I could post in. There is some of them. I'll post them in chat for you. Boop. There is those are the ones there.
I want to be honest here. I was expecting Thumbtack to steal more shit from the party.
How do you know he hasn't?
Well, because I ain't seen. I've only seen Starcy's book yet.
You say that. Don't worry, I was getting there. There are a couple things that you see that have probably been nicked from you. Things that it seemed like you guys probably didn't, poke at much. In essence, you see some of your party loot onto the thing that you guys have yet to sell. like there's a...
I'd almost want to say that's fair, but it really isn't still.
Yes, like they like one of the things on here actually that's more is like you actually find the broken Wickerwind doll for sale up on here.
One of his horns.
Yeah. Well, no, one of the broken Wickerwind doll from like the yeah.
I was just making a joke.
I think Fortuna has all their horns, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
So she thinks.
No, remember that they made a fucking thing they put on Bellhop at some point, so I think they got them back.
Right, okay. Then yes, you would find the broken Wickerwind doll, and then probably one of Wickerwind's horn next to it. Oh, this dog has got the zoomies, holy shit.
Might be funny to have it. I think Wicker might find a kick out of it.
It would be funny to curb stomp that bird.
Of course, these were obviously put up by Auctioneer Pushpin, so proceeds probably going to him, but bidding starts at 10 gold pieces for those particular items.
I'll let him have some fun.
Out of character, that's pretty shitty that he stole from us to put stuff on auction.
Yeah, he's a little shit. Where do you think he got the nickname?
That's in character too, not just out of character. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that is in character to a T for Thumbtack.
He was pretty much like looking for things. He was like,
nah, they haven't touched this in a while.
Have you deduced things from the party, like loot? Like, have you taken things out so that we don't accidentally sell them, whatever they are?
Not necessarily. There wasn't like too much outside of just like
It's
the
in a
book.
quantum superposition right now.
Yeah, it's in superposition. The broken wicker wind doll is something you just picked up from the mirrors. You just try to make a quick buck off that.
Yeah, you can have that one.
Yeah. I think the book is really the only like high value item. He might have like looked through this other stuff, but like each like all the big things, like I was looking at it in the scope of Thumbtack earlier. I was like,
No, these are all way too high value to get away with.
Yeah, that's my Thumbtack, all right.
we tell you, I did consider the Heat Fang trophy off of Moon Planner.
That would have caused some shit. You should have done it. You should have done it.
Look, it was considered, but ultimately, no. Like, Moon Planner would have probably killed him.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why you should have done it. No balls. No balls.
No balls. If you're telling him no balls, I'll have him take that into account. Trust me.
You'd have to succeed a check on him in the first place.
Yes. It seems like there's some low bidders on the 10 gold pieces for the horn and the 10 gold pieces for the doll.
It's not like you guys were gonna sell it.
No, it's just about the like the telling of his character.
Well, now you're kind of seeing why I was cut such a bully to him to begin with.
Yeah.
I see a businessman. Though frankly, it's your stupid idea to steal from your friends. They're just gonna take it back.
Now look, all we gotta do is just run our own auction with blackjack and hookers and just start selling all of his stuff.
No, don't worry. All you gotta do is just threaten me to take his stuff instead if he ever does it again.
Threaten you?
No, threaten him. I'm sorry. Yeah, threaten him with the threat that I could take his stuff back.
Honestly, him auctioning off the shitty stuff is probably doing us a favor.
Not if he's not planning on giving us any of it. He's making his own buck off of it.
Shame for him, he can't really carry gold.
I've got a bag of holding, thank you.
I'm still unsure if he is even making money off of a lot of this stuff.
Like, he's definitely going around. Like, you see him, he's like twirling his little mustache. It almost falls off a couple times. He's totally like trying to like you see him probably making a business proposition to like cafe or something, just like,
oh yeah, wonderful little item of this. What do you want to bid for it?
Oh, hon, I have plenty of those at home. Sophie used to eat a bunch of them when we were younger. Gives a little bit of oi, and she runs away. He's just doing him.
He's being a tiny bird.
Yes. And, you know, silent auction eventually comes to a close, past there. I might see, like, if I come up with some, like, additional little details, like, maybe just, like, after the fact or something, like, if I thought, like, something should go on the auction or something, I'll definitely DM it in chat. I feel like that could totally just be an out-of-session thing.
Cool.
If you guys wanted to bid on something, I could put it down, and then we can go from there. But I think, like, all the big things mentioned in the little silent auction here are, like, the things to note.
Lots of big things. There's the semitone thing. We'll have to probably strike a business proposition. Maybe we can. I'll bring that up later.
Yeah.
Like when Swift will meet with Buckback later to talk about business.
Gotta do some business with Buckback. That sounds like a session name.
Yeah, it was one
Buckback
time. It was a
business.
9-hour session.
Oh boy. But yes, they do seem to be pretty well set up onto the thing. Magnifique is nowhere to be seen, however, and Thumbtack certainly isn't going up to the auctioneer's stand here initially. It takes a little bit. It takes a little bit of time as people start filtering in for it to actually show up there. By the time you guys actually filter in, you see that perhaps to start here is Magnifique on the thing. She's not really speaking, but Thumbtack moves over to the podium where you see like a bunch of designs behind her, effectively. And it's like several different lines of clothing that seem to be like, I guess, like high fashion. There's a bunch of like really cool adventuring chic that's kind of like lined up. Pretty much they come in sets. Like it's one of those things where, you know, if you want your party to look like you have like a matching set of outfits, like this is where it happened, right? Yeah.
Full party.
If Thumbtack thought touching hooves was gay, I wonder what he'd think about a matching set of outfits.
Outfits. Here, hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. I just need to type something out really quick. I'm thinking of a thing. Give me just 1 moment here, because I'm pulling up some of my notes for things. They have 1, 2. Sorry, I'm just doing this thing. 1, 2, 3 different lines of clothing here. Thumbtack kind of like comes up.
Alright, back to the bidding. I know some of you are adventurers out there. Right, risque and risking your lives and all that, hey? Magnifique's really good at that kind of thing. She has some designs for you and your parties out here.
And immediately, before he even starts, like, he's saying like what the minimum is, clearly there's some people that have it, like, you know, like he gestures to the first one, you just hear somebody blurt out, 150! Like,
wait, what are they selling?
Adventuring garbs, but like, you know, different lines of them, effectively. There's like 3 different sets here. It's like if you wanted your adventuring party to have a matching outfit, you know, like that's what pretty much what Magnifique makes. There's the first one here is the let's see. And each class in. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just pulling up my notes here. I have to get a little bit more. We'll get a little bit more stuff here. Here we go. All right. So she's starting the first one as one of her adventure, the harmonious ensemble of practical yet fashionable outfits tailored to the unique needs of each, well, particular class. Pretty much there's pretty much a garb for each class is what it comes down to. Let me pull this up. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find my notes here. I typed them up somewhere. I lost them in my bubble of things, my web of stuff.
I wonder if, we should get Duck something. She's been a good sport.
Yeah. Duck or Penguin don't seem to be here at the moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy a set for the whole party. I mean, not to say that that's gay, but that's not it.
It's certainly not it.
It is.
I'm not saying we need to get the matching outfits.
They can get Duck and Penguin an outfit. That sounds like something they would wear.
There you go.
Or a Wicker Wind balcony blade.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like they already do. They already kind of have a matching
They already have
outfit.
their Dumb and Dumber outfit.
Yeah, but this one is, those outfits are ball outfits. Now these ones are adventurer outfits that are matching, maybe for, more adventure.
I believe they wanted to, the whole thing was that they wanted to kind of separate, but we might not know that. Not separate, but
y'all wouldn't really know that.
Yeah.
That's just a midlife crisis.
Wait, they're breaking up? Shit.
No, they just want to have. They just want to do more independently.
They want to have more individuality.
Someone
Yeah.
insinuated
I
they were.
heard that.
Yeah, somebody if they were just like, I think there might be a thing, and they're like, we should split up.
We should see other deer.
It's so perfect though. It's just so perfect with those two.
They seem to already forget it at like Cafe's corner.
Yeah. So how's your time? Santa. Yeah.
They off screen. I'm sure they off screen were like, let's hang out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done being individual.
Yeah. I've had enough of that for.
Done hiding.
I've had enough of that for 2 days. All right, so I guess they have the Warrior's Regalia, the Arcane Couture, and Nature's Embrace. Those are the big 3 here that are like come in sets. The Warrior's Regalia coming in durable yet stylish suits of armor with flexible leather segments, strategically placed crystal inlays. The Regalia emphasizes mobility and comfort without sacrificing protection. Perfect for the fearless fighter or stalwart champion. The Arcane Couture set has a lot more flowing and iridescent robes adorned with intricate runes, shimmering arcane symbols. And the outfits themselves are tailored, of course, for spellcasting parties. So specifically toward like people like wizards, sorcerers, and offering a blend of elegance, practicality that allows for easy access to spell components. And of course, Nature's Embrace, a versatile ensemble of earth-toned fabrics and plant motifs, complete with durable cloaks and comfortable leather boots, ideal for druids, rangers, and other nature-loving folks. These outfits allow the wearers to blend seamlessly with the natural environment, while providing ample storage for tools and supplies.
Ghillie suit.
Yes, so they're starting with Warrior's Regalia, to which somebody had already put up 150 GP for the set here. And just a few moments later, another Kieran over there, 200, 250. And then you see Cafe, she's like, oh, I'm getting so excited. 300! She pulled up her little paddle. And like hubby's just like, put that paddle down, I hate adventurers. 300, 300 from the mist right over here. Oh, like going once, going twice. Like you better hope, Cafe. I swear to God, sold to the mist. Like face bulbs. Oh. See, Magnifique gives a little bit of a bow. Thank you.
What are we thinking for? I think Swift and Jinx might be returning about now.
Yeah.
What are we thinking for?
Thinking for?
Thanking.
Oh, thanking for.
Because that's when like they come and she's thinking.
Oh, yes. Well, she's up on stage, reminder.
Oh, she's up there?
Yep, she's kind of gone on stage for her little debut of her little things that are up here, effectively. Yes. However, you do spy another individual, perhaps on the other balconies over here. You spy a Nettlekiss. Ooh. She seems to be getting ready for something, but she is also just watching intently. She looks like she's a little upset about something. She's looking down quietly. She seems to be next to the specific Ravine Enigma. And along with her seems to be actually Misty. Misty and them seem to be kind of like over here on this little balcony together.
Snuck off to the other balcony, did she?
Yeah. Well, because, they're models. And
they're the models. Interesting.
Yeah, they gotta save face, something like that, right? But, like, Misty is the only one out of the group that's, like, looked over at Swift and going, like, hey, from the balcony. Like, she's got her lion behind her already.
Yeah.
She's just like... Look at her, she's so cute. She's like showing you from, like, she's trying to show you from the other balcony.
I'll resign and I'll just give her a friendly wave.
Yeah, so she's already given that lion like a little bow. Named it Mittens.
I'm just imagining the lion from Futurama.
Kill me.
That Magnifique is quite talented, but I like the work she did on me dragon scale armor. I don't think I'd have any need to replace that yet.
Yes. And then like Jinx kind of like these kind of nods. Yeah, these are more for she kind of like looks for the right wording. Beginners. Like people looking to probably, you know, have a thing. It's like a name. Let's see. I think I know one party who bought these a while back. You ever heard of somebody called the Rumble Foxes?
Oh, yes, we have. That was Sela and her gang.
Oh, yeah.
That would make more sense.
Yeah,
Their whole shtick was putting on a show to try to attract more ponies to be adventurers.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's usually who buys these kinds of things. There you go. You got some lore. The second one going forward, of course, is the Arcane Couture. It seems that there's not that many other spellcasters in the room, because they start that one. He actually gets to the starting bid this time. Starting bid's 100 gold pieces. Cafe, you see her just like, okay, give me a second, hub. I just need to go stand up and go get something really quick. Okay. Stands up and goes over here. Raises her paddle.
Yeah. Yep.
150! 150 to the one in the back! The cafe! Oh my god. Like, she looks so smug. Like, I mean, you put a dragon in front of a bunch of shiny things, what are they gonna want to do, right?
Yeah, can't blame them.
Yeah. Doesn't go much more than 150. Going once, going twice. 175, says Cafe, just for the hell of it.
Oh my.
175.
200.
Based. You say 200, and Cafe like looks at you for a second. Her eyes like slit for a moment. Oh, 300.
I gotta just take a big sip.
Like hubby is looking at you like, I will kill you if you raise that paddle again. Like
325.
Electra moves a few seats away from Fortuna.
You know your jug of fluid that you got?
Yeah.
It starts to burn. Like,
Oh no, this is a show.
She's chasing me.
It starts to like heat up, and hubby is also like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, like this, are you just running like out here? 325, 350, says Cafe. 350 going once, going twice. What are you saying enough? I can't understand you.
I think he's still following me, isn't he?
No, yeah, he's still 100%. He's like that. Like the closer he gets, the hotter your wine gets.
I'm running away. I'm just gonna place my wine here safely. I'm just running.
350 going once, going twice. Sold! The Kieran in the back. It's like going around like, oh, everybody's just kind of watching this going on like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I feel like everybody's following you around with your little binoculars, like they're just watching you go around the place. Okay, hon, that's the last one, I promise.
Death at an auction.
like he's he's like alright, what's his spells here? Hang on.
Oh goodness.
Well, give me a will save. Oh, Fortuna.
What?
Give me a will save.
Oh, okay, let's save some willies.
Oh no.
hero point.
Boy, oh boy.
A hero.
But Anon, you told us not to waste our hero points
I
on
don't
this.
care. I don't care. This is for the funny.
Oh my goodness.
If it was funny, then you would not use the hero point.
No,
So that way the
this
funny
is
thing
for-
happens to you that we
this
can
is- this is-
enjoy.
This is for the funny. Trust me. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm picking up my bottle of wine again. No, I just
Pick up your bottle of wine again, and for just the briefest moment, you swear that when you went to go grab it with your hoof, it looked like a real hoof for a second. But then you blink and that effect's gone. Like,
Oh, that would have been funny.
look. I'll tell you what, Swift. I'm gonna take another sip of this, and I'm not gonna use the hero point if I fuck it up. My other point save. As I was saying, yeah, basic point.
You take a sip of that. For like probably like 6 whole seconds, you find yourself under the effects of the rage spell, or condition.
I'm gonna look back at Albie with this fucking.
Little spicy for you. Like, everybody's like with the binoculars down.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you please go back to your seats, for we will continue the auction.
Right, grumble, 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 grumble.
You want a sip?
He scoots a couple seats closer to you. I would love one.
Here.
What?
You see hubby take the sippy straw? That he just holds it. He doesn't do anything. It's clear that he's just holding it there.
Alright, our next line.
No, he just took a big old sip and he's holding it right in his face.
Our next line here, Nature's Embrace.
It's the whole druidic garbage and garbage and everything.
Bidding starts at 100 gold pieces. Who do we have?
Like, he looks immediately back to Cafe, who looks like she really wants to. And for a second, they meet eyes. He squints. And you just see hubby give like a little tiny, like he just like squints at her. And then she kind of like raises the paddle and she smiles. 100 gold pieces right here.
I'm gonna give a smug look at hubby.
Yeah, he's looking right at you, like almost daring you to up that price right now.
Nah. I've had my fun.
100 gold pieces, going once, going twice. Sold to the Kieran in the back.
And then he swallows the wine. Good robot. Like, oh boy.
And of course,
You weren't killed by an ancient dragon today. Congrats.
And of course, there's an exclusive slot at a custom piece made by Magnifique herself up for bid. That one's
is like a
slot price that's starting at 250 gold pieces.
And that's the last thing from Magnifique here is, and like Thumbtack said, an open slot, pretty much like it's a commission slot with Magnifique. If you want something super fancy from her, that'd be what you're bidding on here. If you guys have a bid, I'll take those bids first before I start shouting out people's.
These are still all the matching
uniforms. Like you guys effectively already have a commissioned piece from Magnifique, all things considered.
Yeah.
But like, if you wanted another one, now would be the time to speak up or forever hold your peace.
Electra probably won't be buying any of these personally.
Fair enough.
We just got a really big upgrade already.
And there's a couple bids thrown out. 275, 300, 400 gold pieces, says what some kid in the back. Some hippogriff in the back right over here. And then like a griffin. 425. 425 going once, going twice. 500, says a particular zebra right over here.
500 gold pieces.
550, says that one griffin again. It's got a little bit more between those particular individuals. Going
Ooh.
once, going twice. 575, says the zebra who had lost his ethnic accent, but he has one.
Oh man.
Yes.
Going once, twice. Sold the zebra up front.
He smiles. He stands. Everybody kind of gives a little bit of a clap, and Magnifique gives a wondrous bow. As this goes on, Swift, you see Nettlekiss. Her frown kind of like continues. She looks a little upset by this. A little miffed, a little seething a little bit even.
That's a pretty good deal considering what I paid for my dragon scale armor.
Yes. Well, part of your dragon scale armor was like runes with the hide and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's observant from his vantage point.
Yup. Yup.
And with that concluded, we'll swap out there. Thank you, Magnifique.
She says. She gives another little bow. There's a smattering of applauses. Then she returns to her seat up in the top of the rafters. And around this time, that's when you see, perhaps, Nettlekiss leave her thing to go down as they start setting up Nettlekiss's, like, little round of things. I'll take
where's
just
her token?
I don't have her token here. I will put an Earth Pony up. I kind of like stole her art from Twitter, so I don't exactly have a token for her up. But I'll put an Earthbound up here just to signify that, hey, this be her. Okay. 1 second. Outfits. Hang on 1 second. Well, you guys, I guess while they switch out, you guys have a little bit of time to talk amongst yourselves. I urge you to, while I pull up my notes here about those things. Give me a little time to do things.
No problem.
Magnifique does come back to sit in your direction, though, Swift. So you gotta sit down on the chair. Oh, well, that was,
successful.
Yes. More successful than not. She smiles.
Some very fine pieces, from what I could see back here. And it seems like not everyone was quite so happy with that result. Kind of shifts his eyes over to the other balcony.
She kind of like smiles. I hope she was a little upset. You know, perfection takes a while to achieve, but if you only focus on the normals and not the people who actually go out and make names for themselves, she only has herself to blame.
Well, it's been a wonderful show thus far.
Yeah, she kind of like watches on. Oh yes, I am sure that there will be a little bit more of a show by the looks of it. And yes, as I was saying, like Nettlekiss's stuff starts getting pulled out of the the back here. The first set being various. It's a cheerleader set. There's no better way to put it. And in fact, it's along the lines of what Misty's wearing, like, you know, her skirt. Like, she would fit in right in the middle of there. And in fact, after a second, you actually see Misty like looking over the edge of the balcony. It's just like, there it is, the whole set. Like, she looks like so excited. That's so cute.
The legendary set.
The legendary set. And it's like, you know, if one wished to have a whole team of cheerleaders with high fashion, this would be the one to do. Various skirts and, well, I mean, various skirts for different races is what it comes down to. Nettlekiss's whole thing is, of course, making every ancestry look good instead of just making adventurers or classes look good. It's effectively like classes versus races here is what Magnifique's and Nettlekiss's aesthetics are. And yeah, hers definitely has a whole display for things that would bring out the best in bat ponies to hippogriffs to griffins, right over there in the first cheerleading set. And much like Magnifique,
Bidding starts at 100 gold pieces.
and the bidding starts. Though, Cafe does not bid on these. In fact, she returns back to... She
No, she doesn't.
Was that?
No, she doesn't.
She does not, in fact. She kind of like goes over and sits by hubby who looks like he's about to have a fucking aneurysm. Oh, you love me, hon. I won't bid on these. And she kind of like smiles a little bit. Yeah, you better not. She shakes her head. Well, I can't. Magnifique made us these outfits. She gestures to these ones. It is their outfits. I feel like that would just be you and their friend a little bit of a disservice for voting for the other guy, you know. But alas, starts at 100 gold pieces. A couple dignitaries. 125. 150! You know, like that over there. 175! And then,
Chuck looks contemplative. He keeps to himself.
Yeah. I feel like Jinx is like looking between the outfits. Swift. Outfits. Swift. She's like piecing two and two together here.
You might catch her in one of those back and forth looks, and then he'll sit back in his seat and look the other way.
Gotcha. And
no, nothing's on my mind.
Yeah, huh. Raised eyebrow. And pretty much the bidding goes back and forth. Gets up to about 300 gold pieces before going once, going twice. Sold to the Griffin in the back. And comes down to the next one. There's only really like two big ones that are up on the showcase today. There was that one, and then there's what looks to be like a there's no better way to put it. It's a Robbie Rotten set of like, fashion. It's various types. It's the exact same kind that like Eugene Mango.
Yeah.
Has pretty much. It's like a whole set for various races there. And they Thumbtack like kind of like looks at it like up and down a little bit.
Right, these set by Nettlekiss here focuses on a lot more of the... Well, she's trying to bring back the overallish look, isn't she?
Says like, you know, kind of going away from his script a little bit. Makes her squirt on them all just a tiny bit.
Bidding starts at 100 gold pieces.
And Misty is just like, she's lost interest here, and then Magnifique starts looking like like is she for real? Like she's got that face on, right?
What is it again?
It's literally like, you know the thing that Eugene Mango wears? It's like that, but
the Robbie Rotten.
Yeah, it's the Robbie Rotten fashion, and Magnifique is going like having look like, is she serious? Like
steal his look.
Yeah, steal his seriously, like steal his look. Actually, I think I have that image here. It's you know, if we're going yeah. Steal his look here. We got the yeah. We got the Gucci turtleneck, the Balmain striped high-waist flare pants, the Armani striped vest with gold chain, and a Montiago black patent leather derby, the Dolce & Gabbana classic buckle, and the Ralph Lauren white sleeve cut off.
CK1 presents Robbie Rotten Couture.
And you know, of course, Mango in the crowd is going to just, you know, make some people like ooh, you know, like ooh, like cause on there ooh, and Swift next to you, Magnifique just kind of like smiles and chuckles to herself. We'll see about that. Bidding for that one, however, goes up 250, 275, and once again gets to 300 before
going once, going twice. Sold to the Sphinx in the front.
I did not expect such high rollers for clothes.
Oh yes, Mr. Swift, these are, well, they are fabulously wealthy. What else are they going to spend their money on? It is effectively an investment into what we can provide in the future. If they believe in our fashion choices and things that are to go well on the runways, then, well, they profit on it just as much as we do, either in fame or, well, more wealth. That gives a little bit of a shrug.
Yeah, that's something to think about. Yeah, that makes a good point.
Mm-hmm. She kind of like smiles in that particular the particular person up front who had bought out the thing, and oddly enough, even Buckback's kind of like smiling a little bit at that. He's still just kind of like vibing up here, and like I said, there's only like 2 lines that she brought over here, because most of them, like, there was a lot more clothing per individual line that's just showing off the different races, right? Nettle, am I to assume that party isn't going? Okay.
Yeah, just the matching sets. No.
Okay. Yeah. Like bidding goes forward for these 2 particular slots, and while like Magnifique had like, what was it, like 575, I think it got up to.
Yeah.
Nettlekiss only got up to 490.
Pretty big difference in the ticket.
Yeah, and there's like a murmur in the crowd as Thumbtack has to pick up his big old. It's a small gavel, but to him it's huge.
Right, that'll conclude our little foray here, wouldn't it?
Kind of thinks, kind of like looks around.
Don't think I got everything else here.
He starts reading through his lines.
Yeah.
He looks, and this is just me checking my notes, making sure I got everything on that was supposed to be here. Yes. Wonderful. Okay. And yep, he kind of like closes his little book of notes.
And that'll wrap up our little auction a little bit early. Couple hours, eh? Give you designers a little bit of a chance to go and do the things that you do before we go on the runway, huh? Alright.
And he bangs his little gavel.
If you bought something, come forward, we'll do some collections and we'll get you all sorted out.
Clap. I'm sure there's some applause.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Before joining on that.
Yeah, everybody kind of stands up. That was a pretty good little auction. Went on for about, I'd say, like 4 or 5 hours or so,
Yeah.
That
long?
Yeah, it's just like a lot of it's just sitting around, little breaks in between here and there. They got to set up and things. It's just more like a, hey, like you could hang out and talk a little bit before, like all this stuff goes down before like the runway. It'd be around like sunset right now, so you guys got like a number of like a couple more hours still till like the sun goes completely down when it's actually safe and the crystal dome in the middle is cooled down from the day's sun.
Me.
Yeah.
So he's been thinking, right? Where is Lisa? Right.
Lisa is in the crowd right over here. She is still being like hampered by people who just saw her apparently like lay down 100,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And she gives you a look, Triple, that's just like it's a knowing look. Like
Yeah. He gives it back.
Yeah.
But he needs to tell her something at some point.
Yeah, and she'll make time to part from the crowd, just like, I'm sorry, give me just a second, and like they part from the thing.
You might want to become a Bannermane.
Oh, you think?
Well, You see, if you become a Bannermane, it's not like you actually need to do anything. You just need the document. I think I've got one right here. If we've got the still, like, you know how Star Scroll had the recruitment forms and whatnot.
Those were forged, but yeah, you have forged documents.
We just need to make sure that Buckback knows that she's that you're a high roller or a sacred skein or something like that, because that means you're now a Bannerman. You'd be a Bannerman, which means that your business is our business, and that means that Buckback and his operatives can never screw with you again.
Really? Is that how it works?
Yeah. Yeah, he'd probably explain the situation from the top, you know, like oh, we entered a Gios with him, we can't mess with him. You technically didn't enter the Gios, but if you're part of the high rollers, at least, you know, by the same logic that I can't punch 8s, right?
Yeah.
He can't screw with us, basically, and he can't screw with any of them, which means she's untouchable.
That is kind of a true statement, isn't it? And she kind of like considers this. She looks at the documents. So, like you having to, like, here's the thing, like you would have, and it's good that you noted that you probably had to explain the chaos thing and Buckback in general, because like her initial question in there was like, what's so bad about Buckback? It's, you know, she doesn't know that he's a crime lord.
She'd probably explain that, like, you know, the whole thing, like, oh, actually, the Mango is a lady, actually, who's working for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's kind of like a little cat's out of the bag thing already, and they're like, he's ruined us, like, they've got one on. Yeah, so yeah, like, and she kind of considers this. So how does all that work exactly?
We just need it on paper, he says. You can quit, like, you could just do nothing if you want, but this is just a little plan to make sure that no weird things happen after that.
Right. You know, that works. She kind of like thinks, yeah.
That being said,
so
that's all. You know, I'm just tying up loose ends, or at least giving you a way to tie up loose ends.
She looks interested. It's more just the fact that she's like, isn't there like a lot of them or something? Like, she doesn't know how the chapters or anything like that works. Like, she just doesn't understand. She hasn't really looked into them too much outside of being like, yes, you're the dice one. Like,
the high rollers are pretty good. Yeah, we got like do you like gambling? Do you like card games?
I like art, and she says, pointing to herself, of all shapes and sizes.
I don't know how far the Gios extends. I don't know if I need a roll for this, but would literally any chapter do? Or does it need to be one connected to us, like the party?
Really just any chapter. Any chapter will do. Like, when he says your business, he doesn't mean Bannermane's business. He specifically means business that is associated with the people of the Gios.
And that's the thing that he's trying to square right now. Because, like, if it's just a random Bannermane's chapter, it's going to be like, technically, she's not with you guys right now, because maybe she's, you know, she goes back home, right? And she's just like, they're just like, okay, now we can screw with them again.
Yeah.
Thumbtack's out of the picture. Everybody's out of the picture. We can just screw with them again.
Realistically, that could happen at any particular one. It's if, like, you know, you pretty much invite her to party and are doing things with her, and then Buckback tries to interfere. Then it's kind of, you know, infringing on your business. Your business.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
that's a fair point. So this might be worth discussing, I guess. There must be some way to make it. I don't know. Like, if she is a friend, maybe that still counts as business, right?
Yes.
Maybe we just need to keep in contact or something. But yeah, that's the thing he's trying to figure out. But that's it.
A defeated-looking Mango probably comes by toward the end of your little discussion here. It's just like, he looks like annoyed, incredibly annoyed. Yeah. I think we should break it off, Lisa. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Just like waves his hoof. He looks completely just miffed. Lisa just starts giggling. Oh, that ended up better than expected.
Don't worry, I don't think there is going to be a lot of that relationship wasn't going to work out exactly for another reason. It's not exactly a guy you're talking to, but don't worry.
What?
Is he, you know? And she kind of like thinks of the word, like share.
No. Unfortunately, he is a lot cooler than whatever. He is a mask that's a lot cooler than what's underneath.
Ah, okay. Well, I take your word for it, she says.
Yeah. What looks like things turned out okay.
Yeah. Smiley face. That was great. That being said, people are just kind of like standing up. You know, it's the after auction now. You know, like people are still going to you, Tangent. Oh no, she's gone. Well, you know, Tangent's getting attention. They seem to really like her thing. And Thumbtack probably finds Electra at some point around here. Where's Electra?
I just got back.
Where's the hose at?
What? I suppose a deal's a deal, even though somebody covered your ass. And she looks back at Cafe. All right. And Electra holds her hoof out.
And Electra holds her hoof out. And he's just like,
Oh yeah!
and he bumps his whole body into it.
Beat, 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 beat.
And then he only does it once. He's like, boom, and then he's like, don't go dungeon, and he runs away. Like,
Okay. I don't particularly want to get on her bad side either.
yeah. Now Thumbtack seems to be running underneath the little, like the curtain of the auction room right over here. Run. He doesn't come back out. He just kind of like runs under there.
Sorry, where did he end up?
He just ran under the curtain. Like he went behind stage.
Okay.
It seems that the little shield's gone. It's, you know, people are just wandering out, going outside. Like, you know, there's no, like, items are either being distributed or whatnot. And then, like, a little, like, he peeks out the side. Psst.
Electra,
What's up, Thumbtack?
psst, get over here.
She'll kind of look around and make sure no one's watching and sneak over by him.
And he kind of pulls, like you go behind the curtain here.
Look what I wanted, the silent one.
And yeah.
Kept it nice and hidden, didn't I? I was the only one.
He shows you,
You
kind of like,
were the only one who bid?
Yeah, you just have to put a cover over it. Nobody knows that there's a thing there.
You know what? I suppose that would work.
he
All right, let's see it.
kind of like pulls off the sheet of what, like, he has like a big blanket over it or something, right? Pulls it aside, and you see a big box with a Z on it. Z.
Ooh. Is this from Scale Tip?
Oh, yeah.
It says Z on it, and then on the side you see the big words in Draconic. Do not open till the new year.
I don't suppose you're planning on opening it until the new year.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. I just want to let you know I got it. I've got a lot of really expensive alcohol for what?
He kind of like counts on his fingers. 1,
2, 3, 2. I can't count that high. But yes, it's that one.
Well, hey, were you planning on drinking it all by yourself?
No,
I think
of course not.
Yeah, maybe we could throw a party for the party. No pun
New
intended.
Year's party, you say?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right,
right.
don't tell him I have this yet.
It's our little secret.
Yes. Wait, little?
he looks offended.
No offense.
Uh,
You're the biggest little bird I've ever met.
Yes. He flexes. He totally flexes. So Thumbtack's
All right.
got the New Year party celebratory party keg, more or less. Like, it's apparently a very special order of that Zonka's wine that you heard about earlier, but do
He's
not
got
open.
more goon bag ingredients.
Yeah, but it says do not open till the new year, so gotta make sure that you don't.
It's all coming together.
Electra's gonna add one last thing. I would listen to that. I know that sometimes the factory there can put some surprises in their products, so definitely follow the instructions.
And he kind of like nods. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that you'll see me all Kieran-ified if I take it out, eh?
I'm just saying, it's your funeral.
He smugs, but alas, I mean, that's kind of his state. Alrighty.
All right, she'll leave him to his machinations.
Yeah. All right. And as far as auction goes, as you guys kind of go out, Magnifique's finding the people who are going to be her models that are still here. She's kind of like looking around. All right. Now, I was thinking Nettlekiss. All right. Now, where are the other ones? It's been a few hours. Have they found those missing people yet?
You know,
That's a good point.
You just don't know.
Maybe we'll find out next session.
Yes, but yeah, will they have found the missing people? As for, I guess, us, me not to know and you guys to find out.
But,
next time on the Bannermanes.
I'm sure they will.
Oh, are we ending?
Yeah. 3 hours and a half. Unless you have something else that you want to. Well, what are you gonna look at, Swift?
I guess nothing really. I was just gonna say that. Nothing.
What?
I guess I'd ask. I have something I could ask.
Yeah, what's up?
Sevens could just go up and ask and say, "So what's the plan now? You're free again."
And she kind of like thinks.
To Lisa.
Well, plan one. Thing one. Join the Bannermanes, apparently. And she says on her hopes. Thing two. I hadn't gotten that far yet.
Wow.
Free profit.
Well, you're gonna do well wherever you go. You did that all yourself.
Well, I had a good teacher, she says.
Yeah, and technically he helped out too. He said, referring to Pushpin.
Hey, don't give him too hard a time. You said make a scam, and he was already kind of scamming people, so I just kind of slipped in.
Oh no, it was a great idea. I think he was. It's just some of the execution could have been a little better, particularly taking from Sarsaparilla. But you should meet her sometime. She's really good, because if you think I'm good, yeah, she's like a million times better.
Yeah, she kind of like laughs. Oh, I believe it. I heard her at the table. Kind of rolls her eyes. I didn't really know about the other stuff though. I just and she goes over and whispers into your ear. Kind of faked the promissory note. Gives a little bit of a wink.
Oh. All right. Even better. I guess you don't have to deal with that weird conversation.
Yeah. So she smiles. How's that for scamming?
What a dumbass she was. Not you, he says.
Yeah.
The other one.
The other one.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Man. And then Swift, I think you wanted to mention something?
No.
Okay.
I got one thing right at the end.
Yeah.
I'm just confirming. Earlier you said anybody who had bought stuff, you could step up. I'm just... Can I remove my gold and collect my items right now?
Yes. Now would be the time to remove your gold, collect your items, stuff like that. They're going out, come back to the, this is what I wanted to have everybody. If you're paying up front, come to the front. You do the thing.
Oh yeah, Swift can do that too. Collect the bouquet.
Yes. Now, I will make sure that you just make a little custom item and you put that description in the thing if it's showed up in chat for you, just so I make sure that I kind of go through and refine the details of that at some point.
Okay, I'll subtract necessary monies.
Yeah.
Minus, I think, yeah, I had a 550 for the regal robes and 150 for the moon slippers, so that's what's 800, 700.
Sounds like a successful auction.
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't expecting you guys to spend that as much as you did.
That was the auction. It's only happened once a year.
No, it's great.
A crystal ball.
I was just, I was wondering like how much you guys were actually gonna like be interested in.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
Fun.
All right.
Although I am still curious where all the money goes.
Usually to the people who like put the stuff up. Like if you bought, like the person who bought Oldbird Baxterson's thing, that money's probably going to Oldbird Baxterson.
Ooh, well, hopefully Tangent has a bit of a check coming her way.
Well, Auction Master Pushpin is the one who put that one up.
Yeah, and I guess Lisa had said that she'd faked the note anyways. So.
Yeah, like that was part of their whole thing there. They try to get one up on Buckback.
Fair enough.
It works perfectly because it doesn't even interfere with the Gios. They're not in it.
So yes, there's a little thing there, and I think that'll wrap up the session for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the button. Everybody say bye, 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 bye.
Goodbye.